Ancient map number 1. I believe this is the choice of InControl, and we're already getting rolling with a fast mid push from Izzy.
Yeah, here we go. Ancient, not exactly a common map for these two teams whatsoever, and they still start off it. And Tatum over towards that mid side, gonna be able to take one down in terms of Cameron, and still moving forward. The labels are swapped here, folks, but again, InControl, they do have that control. One man up, and Tatum gonna be able to get yet another frag. Tatum just holding W through that mid side, gonna be able to get 2, but after the dust subsides, the T side still a little bit of a disadvantage. 30 HP left on Tatum, and he goes down. Drew, can he pull off the 1v2 to start off this best of 3?
Drew Zera, man himself, taking some of the Brazilian influence into his name. It's an open situation, though, to be honest. Bomb on his back, rotation well timed here. I think he's going to be beaten to the punch. Yeah. Andrew will already be on the site. It's a Drew v. Drew battle queued up here, but Andrew, he's isolated. Help is so far away, Gus.
And Drew Zera versus Drew Zera on the other side of the server, and Drew Zera, popping up! The dualies take him down instead, so Andrew on the side of InControl takes that first one back, and for good reason. Heretics Daycare, they ended up going for pretty much an all-or-nothing play.
Yeah, it was all or nothing as we get things switched on over to the right side of things and get things back into the proper order. We can chat about the round at hand there. It was just a quick hit up towards mid, really aggressive from the T side there of Heretics Daycare, trying to just completely send their way over in towards that red room, but disrespecting a smoke there, a dangerous game that did not quite work out. So round did slip away. Looks like we might have a little bit of tech buzz. You know, we get into game fast, but you got to get punished somehow in the end. You got to get that time back.
Yeah, looks like it. We got Ed up on the stage doing his thing. We'll get everything settled in a little bit. But yeah, Ancient, not exactly a common map for either one of these teams whatsoever, nor is it really common really around Advance in general. So if I'm being completely honest, don't really know what to expect with a lot of these teams. When it comes to the actual transition of play, we are going to have to expect InControl to kind of take control of things, no pun intended, over towards that first half. Of course, it just is that CT side. But from the way, at least that Heretics ended up going through, mid is already not so much a contested area for a lot of teams, and they already banged it out early, so that at least to me is a decent
I'd expect CT side of mid aggression later on as we get a little deeper into the game. It'll be interesting. This is always a fun map to watch. But when we have the second, we didn't get to look at our map veto. So Ancient, that's where we're headed. InControl's pick, then Heretics up from Nuke as their pick, and then we head into Overpass as the decider. Thoughts on this veto? Because, I mean, you said we don't normally see a lot of Ancient from these guys. Yeah,
straight up confusing. InControl, they're a team that usually plays Nuke and Vertigo. When I say usually plays Nuke and Vertigo, they have only played Nuke and Vertigo in the last few months. God, that guy is so handsome. Jesus, Ed. I wonder how far we can actually go with this zoom. Is this as far as we can go?
I think this is as deep as we can get.
All right, I wanted as much detail as possible with that one. But hey, still talking about that experience again, I am still a little bit leaning over towards the InControl side of things. They were the ones that ended up picking out Ancient. Their pick is already New coming up next. So, I mean, I guess just like in theory it could work. Heretics is still very much a mixed team. I don't know how they play on this map.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one does pan on out as we see the players just chilling out for a moment, waiting to get back into the action. Oh, we're getting straight to his soul all the way on through.
Yet another moment to just kind of take things in. We haven't really talked about the venue outside of our pre-show, folks. You guys are looking at the newly unveiled and, of course, the first day in the grand opening of the block here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I love that city.
Of course, hosted up by Nerd Street Gamers and local hosts. It's a new local spot with a whole lot of setups. I want to say, I don't want to count offhand, but is it like 50, 60?
I would think more, to be quite honest.
More PCs.
I don't know, because there's like a whole pit playing, and then there was a Spanish tournament, and then there was another tournament going on, and then there's also people just playing. Like there's some people playing Valorant over there. I don't know, or some child game. some children having their day break. Someone's playing Overwatch as well. And look, we're back into the action. Here we go, Ancient. It's InControl. It's Heretics Daycare. It's round number 2. Solid vibe for the CTs. No bomb down means not much of a force here for Heretics.
Man, the sound system here is so good. Those nades going off, those volleys, my feet rumbled. That was legit kind of cool. Okay, in we go back though. A little bit cooler might be a couple of kills off of the SMGs for a little bit extra cash, right? Bomb trying to go down at least, and it will go down. The only person to survive that onslaught was the person that was able to plant the bomb, but yeah, that's all it is. A little bit of extra cash to help out the buy going into the next round, but InControl.
That they are. They'll hold on here nice and tight as you say, 5 stay alive. Defuse will come eventually. Now we get into the real meat and potatoes of the game. What is the T side going to look like? Most teams will put that early pressure out towards the A side, trying to apply a little bit, see what you can get going. I mean, the default on this map, it isn't much of a default whatsoever. It's more like kind of gaining that early Jaguar control, trying to deny space out towards mid. Those are kind of the big win conditions for an early T side. You'll notice most CTs playing that kind of double setup in towards Jaguar, but it doesn't actually look like that's the setup here. Instead, it's this mid aggression. You see one player already flashed down, Strider in so deep.
Strider, you said it, in an off angle. He could certainly at least get one for his favor, but in goes a deep nade, 5 HP. Excuse me, 5 bullets to go through, but he still goes down in a heap right after. But again, that nade from beyond the grave. Look for at least one. The MP9, the other MP9 on the server going up. That's Arcade trying to go up for a rush on Sluggy, but Sluggy takes him down. And it's the same thing over in Jaguar. Tatum takes down Crow. The entire A side should be empty now. And this is, yeah, this is a little bit tough. For InControl, not much of an investment heading into this round. They can at least trust in the fact that these two players can find potentially some saves, but it wouldn't be that bad if Cameron can find an opening.
No, you'd like to see it for him, but nothing is given away for free in this world. His bomb will go down and begin to tick away as he's just hold on to a strong post plant here. Utility is still set up, so should be no real risk at this one. You want to probably hold on to that A1S. You can maybe put a risk onto this MP9 for at least one of these players, but they'll chill out.
Yeah.
They'll concede this one, give the first on over to the daycare students.
Can you really call them students or daycare kids? Like,
Are they like the well, Heretics?
Are they really
is the
learning?
teacher. Are they learning? Maybe.
Heretics holding W is learning. I mean, I would like to think so. It's like monkey see, monkey do.
There you go.
Almost literally. But no. I'm sure we're not gonna get too many more of those examples. I'm sure everything's going to be fairly straightforward in terms of the pathing for Heretic, right? Hopefully, right? AWP out in his hands. Let's see if he's confident enough to go for an early peek. Is InControl. They do have the rifles back, but barely in terms of cash. In terms of the early setups for InControl, they did start to just bombard that mid side, and Heretics, they might think twice about approaching. Oh, look at the battle for control back over towards ramp. It's massive, and there's one player already close towards Jaguar, but not actually making his way through. This is quite the battle of tug of war over in Cat.
Jaguar control is here now. You see at least one player pushing through, trying to claim that space. Now they'll have that kind of defaulted double setup. You have one back cave as well, and you can just maintain cave control, play retake onto the site proper. Elsewhere, though, one player anchoring on the site is Donut, will only be the contestant. No mid-aggression in this round, but you notice that Heretic, he's concerned about it, right? Posting that op out towards mid, trying to punish any pushes through that smoke from Red Room. Because he believes there is a bit of a gap that he might be able to try and exploit, but Heretic, he'll just hold strong for now. That sound cue should have been heard, but he stays alive, a flash through, stays a stalemate towards Jaguar.
Oh, there goes Tatum. The position back in Cheetah is now taken back, but again, Molly's still in the middle. So at this point, this Heretic team can't actually make moves. At this point, they're stuck in the room. Strider has that contact. Cameron's going to be able to get one kill on the other side. Strider with a big one in Cheetah. Now these last 3 players for Heretics needs to make their way on site. Arcade on the front line. He can't get any kills. He can't get anything at all. And Tatum somehow survives, getting a big headshot onto Strider. 20 seconds left. It's a 1v2 for Heretic, and Heretic walks right into the gap. And Cameron takes him down. 3-1 back for InControl. And at least from the initial setup, at least from the initial picks, did not look like it was going in INC's way.
No, it did not whatsoever. And for Heretics Daycare, they took so much time on that fight out towards Jaguar that by the time they were scaling into the cave, there was already a full rotation over from InControl. So the site was anchored onto, and the players from the back there had a fast rotation, were able to take advantage and win it out. Again, we see the mid-push coming through. This time it's from Strider. Ooh, an opportunity. You won't find it just yet, the adjustment there. It's 1-for-1 as Andrew will bring those odds back into a good situation. What are the options now? Limited. Cave control, that's good. It's something. Has to come from a pinch through ramp, but it's a double push forward instead. Great flash. It's traded 1 for 1, but still keeps advantage with the CTs.
This is tough. Heretic could do it all. And with more than a minute left, he could absolutely slip his way back over towards the other side of the map. But Crow's looking out for Isaac. Isaac walks right into the crosshair, right into the crossfire, and that's pretty much it. Heretic, look at the space that he's taken at the moment, and look at these positions from the CT players. You can clearly see a gap where Heretic can go to, and oh no! It just gets worse. He can't even save either. Andrew, with a jumping up, gets the kill. So InControl, well, they're going to stay, at least in the driver's seat for the rest of this next round. Heretics has to stick back to the Glocks. And yeah, no, completely honest, that was just a cut and dry round. Nothing much to really look at.
You know what's interesting here is that this map is the pick of INC. Heretics wanted to start T-side Ancient. You don't see that.
Heretics did want to start T-side.
For probably the most CT-sided map in the game, they wanted to start T-side. We'll have to see if there's some method to the madness. It's a aggro push on out. Arcade, he should be able to farm away here. Protomo has the
nice
pinch. One gets out. Good flash, but the bomb is down. It's at the feet of Proto, and he's going to product it. A little mother goose on his egg is Drew now. Tries to maybe find one frag, but that's just not going to happen. Arcade to close on out. 5-1 lead now for INC.
The expected outcome out of that last round, but for this next one, this is a veteran move. Taking a timeout just at an important moment. You call it veteran move always because that's just like the one thing that comes up, but
because no one takes tack pauses at
no
frag,
one
and it
takes
always
tack
makes me
pauses
very
in
mad.
NA, and especially on lane.
I don't get it.
Don't get it.
I
There should be
understand
more
maybe if
tack
you don't have a
pauses.
coach, but even still, like, ice out your opponent. Give yourself some time to think. Free up the mind.
Yeah.
Take yourself out of that moment. Take yourself out of the momentum.
Yeah.
Timing is good on it.
It's high adrenaline, and you can see the conversation happening. And it's an open table, essentially. For InControl, though, I don't really think that they're stressed all too much. Their approach early on has been working out. They haven't been bombarded on one side of the map entirely, though, so we'll see how that dynamic goes through. But thus far, the battle towards mid and Cheetah have been going quite well.
That has. Rather successful for this squad as we begin to get rolling back into things here. The buy will come through for Heretics, and it looks good. Utility belt stellar as well. Where do they look to head with this one? I wouldn't hate to see more mid-aggression. It was working for them early on, right? In that pistol, they were able to find some spacing, but Taka mid-compression. It's INC instead. They'll position 2 out towards the donut, leave 1 man on his own island, but the trade does come through. Strider for Isaac.
Oh, that is so good, though. T-side utility is so much more important on this map, I would like to think, and with the positions that InControl currently has, they could absolutely take that advantage. But look at this. Drew slipping through to enemy lines. He has full control of his sight. Heretic trying to follow that up, trying to follow up his teammate, trying to follow those breadcrumbs. But again, he just can't make it through the one A1S in front of him. Cameron has the angle, playing around, ring around the Rosie. Nobody fighting him. Arcade finally comes up and finishes off the battle for him. Drew's still helping out, and he finally emerges from his control back in sight, but Cameron comes up, takes down the full HP Drew, and now it's Isaac with only 8 HP to try to take this on. All 3 remaining players for the CT side, more or less in the same area. And overall, Isaac with a more than impossible scenario. It's completely improbable. 8 HP left on him. Still has an AK, he still has a little bit of utility. He uses that little bit of utility. He uses a smoke. Oh, that nade! That nade didn't hit. And Isaac is somehow still alive. That nade actually lands on the other side of the pillar. If Isaac didn't change his plant position there, he would have gotten hit. So not bad. Good on the fly decision. Going to be able to get 1 kill back. And the spray through the box doesn't actually get him. It was Cameron with a wide swing back and short to take him down. So there you go. Still cut and dry at the very end of things, no matter how happy feet we have. 6-1 is the scoreline, and it's bound to get worse.
I don't hate the call there to try and commit out towards A. Like, it was a good punish on the mid aggression. That's been one of the main points for INC that they found success in, that fight out towards mid. But the thing is, the punish stayed even, and then there was still a strong double setup out towards the donut, which just kept so much map control, right? Because even if you have a walk up towards that A site, which they did, there's still the donut player to cut it off. Even with that bomb site extension that happened on the A site, it's still really risky to plant there, especially as a sole player. And in cutting off that rotation, the CT side was able to strive. Still, good money up for the T's. Heretics Daycare will have something to work with in this round as they posture 4 out towards A. I wonder if they want to poke this mid presence again, because I'm not sure if they realize just yet, but every round they're kind of alternating between this on and off CT-sided aggression for InControl.
As I said before, T utility, especially at a loss, is quite fragile, is quite urgent, and expending it this early on, again, InControl. They like this sort of setup for themselves, and it just works out with a crossfire. Back in Cheetah, Tatum and Drew walk right into it, and now Strider, can he get a third to try to help out his team? No, he can't! And Isaac just solo clear Cheetah! Andrew and Cameron now, the last 2 remaining in a 2-on-3, make it a 1v3! This has gone completely on its head, and now Cameron, he would need to pull off one of the craziest clutches thus far of this tournament, a 1v3. He's already slipped through to Cheetah. He gets his spray onto 1, but he's down to 13 HP. He's pretty much done, isn't he? No, he's not. He does get a kill on the Heretic. 69 HP on Isaac, and 1 bullet to the body will do it, and he survives with that funny number. So a second round does go back to Heretics Daycare, but InControl, again, no pun intended, they were in control. What happened?
They maintained the strength for a moment, but then it started to falter in the round that mattered most. Heretics able to rebound in that one, and it just feels like the Jaguar control is such a win condition because they put pressure out towards mid. That wasn't contested. The whole goal there was to break the crossfire of Jaguar, which they were able to achieve quite swimmingly. From that, hits onto that B site can become so easy. Normally, just from the ramp, it's nearly impenetrable, but once you have that cave control, it's such a tough site to retake. I wouldn't have even hated to try and see a save or something there out in the end, but it was a strong held post plant. Money is still up for both sides, but it's a breaking point here for the T's of Heretics Daycare.
But again, how much worse can it get? You already just lost so many rounds in a row. There's already such a deficit, and now you have to face a double op. That's crazy. But this makes it a little bit easier. Carmen going down to Heretic off of the slow swing. Now Andrew has to take it on. Isaac in the front lines goes down like a clay pigeon. Andrew is still aiming for more, going to be able to get a second. Great flick, but the situation is still equalized. Another kill going down at the same time. That's Tatum with another frag. Heretic with a big one onto Arcade. Andrew trades it back. Heretic trades it back again. Croto, 1v2, makes it a 1v1. Sluggy, back in main, waiting for the peak. Goes out in box, and Heretics Daycare do have another round under their belts. Sluggy, the one to make the clutch happen.
I mean, these last 2 rounds have just felt like brute force, right? Like the superior firepower, the superior gunners of this squad have been overwhelming them out towards the mid position. They're able to take that by force and then just a split in towards the site. The brawls continue despite a man disadvantage, and Heretics went out. That was the breaking point for InControl. Despite the momentum that they gained early on, they're now just stuck to the pistols. This should be 4, already a respectable T side, and well, that's just a massacre. Drew Zera for 3. Tatum for a couple more assists as well. Drew almost found himself an ace. Clean as could be for Heretics Daycare.
Yeah. Light work, but the next round is going to have to be more important, right? The double op setup is gone, but the single op is back. Andrew, of course, sitting up on that big green. Before we saw InControl with a bit looser of a setup back over towards Donut and back in A, but instead Strider does actually break away. Try to play up with his teammate instead. Here comes Arcade. For the first time in a long time, we see a peek out towards Cheetah from the CT side, and it breaks apart. Do we see it again? Famas in the off angle from Croto. Isaac has the angle, but can't get the shot. Everyone from the T side wins their 1v1 except for Isaac. But even then, the damage is done. 2-man advantage.
2-man advantage, that's good. The positioning, not so much. They're going to wrap back towards this A site, and that reload has been heard. They might go for the hunt here. Hold on the angle for Sluggy. Do you peek this? Yes, but somehow 1 out. That's a huge frag to found. Now space is opened up still. It has to be a retake with man disadvantage.
Yeah, and it has to keep coming off of those off-angle kills. They have to either come as surprises, or I don't like to think that this T side could handily try to take this one. And they do have control towards the other side of the map. A side is all theirs. Bomb is going down. And yeah, Carmen, Croto. Realistically,
I think they just save.
just off of the man advantage. 1 man advantage still is possible, but absolutely right in terms of a save. This is, again, just a flip of the script. InControl.
Yeah.
They were up on top 6-1. Now we're looking at a 6-5. What changed?
What changed? Well, it's just been this aggression on the T side that's been working so well for them, right? Like, especially on the fights out towards Jaguar, they found a lot more success. Early on, the main point that they were contesting was especially that mid control, which they weren't most of the time winning. Now they're contesting out towards Jaguar. They're finding space off of that, and then it's just the reset in the mid round, right? You gain that space early. Reset. We've seen like 2 or 3 rounds now where they pivot back towards that A site, find it free, force the retake in a man disadvantage situation. Sites on this map are so hard. It almost reminds me of Dust in a lot of ways, right? With how tough, especially.
Yeah.
It's a little reverse,
Yeah, with
right?
the
A side on
formatting,
this
I get
map
it.
is the B side on that map, and
Yeah.
it's similarly tough
Very
to
isolated.
retake. Yep, very isolated. Rotators are a far way away. Normally, if you play that site, you're pretty much alone, which is why. I mean, it's tough to take, but it's very tough to retake as well. As this time, the bomb is actually going to be postured towards the safe side. They've identified a weakness. Look at that
look at the
face
rush, look
molly
at the
rush.
2-man rush from the CT slide, and A1S right next to us.
Oh, no.
Oh, Drew! Oh, I wish we had Drew's angle.
What
I
a
swear,
turn.
one frame he was looking one direction. Next frame, the man's dead. The 180 comes out, and Drew's still alive. The rest of his team's still alive. And it should be the bomb plan, of course. Again, it is still that save round, but we're looking for what is complete safety. Tatum does get the kill onto Crotomo. And the lineup of CT players, well, they're right next to each other. Arcade wasn't spotted, but Heretics spots him. So yes, perfect for Heretics Daycare. They're gonna maintain their cash. They're gonna hold on to the AWP once again. And it's funny, InControl, a team who didn't have the AWP almost at all for the first 5 to 6 rounds. The instant they start pulling it up, they start losing. What the hell am I looking at? Is that 3 ops?
That is quite something to see. I mean, even for CT side this map, you never see it. Where'd they put it? 1 out towards mid. The second
Just choke
there,
points,
number 2.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
choke point. 1 donut,
Yeah.
1 mid, and then the 4th one is. This is
Wait.
crazy. This is crazy. So
Oh,
the
they're
only
playing
2
two
rifles are
ops?
rifling, and the only place it's being executed is going to be the one place with no ops.
Oh,
I think
no.
this already, like, you cannot retake with this setup. Retaking is
No.
pretty much off the table, right? Like,
No,
you lose
they've
the site,
committed.
you need to save,
Yeah.
almost assuredly.
They've committed to the first contacts. They've committed to the long angles.
But they've
and,
given up A.
I mean, on Ancient, that makes sense.
I mean, look at this gamble. They've given up 8. This is probably going to have to be a save unless
They
we can get some
forced
kind of crazy
themselves.
pivot, right?
Right.
Because there's 1 man out towards mid. He's been smoked off his line. Unless this is disrespected. Oh, he's looking for it, but just cannot find the shot. Cameron needed that. Now he's going to fall away. There's still a chance to get one on the way in, but if he doesn't, I don't see a world where they win this round.
Oh.
This is
Okay,
such
let's
a
see
gamble.
it. Oh, no. Yeah, that sucks. That makes the chances a little bit worse, right? Heretic takes down Andrew Harmon,
Save. It's over.
saving up.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
they,
going to be honest. I don't like the setup. I
No.
don't like the setup. Like, you
I
know
don't
what?
think anyone would like triple ops anyways, but like one of the reasons why is because they force the M4s to play on their own. And if
Yeah.
they want to retake a site, they have to play together.
I mean, I like
and
the
with ops,
positioning
that's
of the off
impossible.
right. I think it was off a read. They were thinking they're going to fight for the mid control again
Yeah.
because they have. But they should realize that the rounds where Heretics has been winning is the rounds where they're not fighting mid. They're fighting normally that Jaguar
Yeah.
control, which is like one of the worst
Which is
places
literally
to play with an op.
the total opposite of an op spot.
And it was just 1 rifle holding. There was an isolated rifle ramp, isolated
And
rifle
before, they
Jaguar.
needed 2 people to watch that, and even that didn't work.
Even that didn't work. Yep, and look, they're getting hunted. Oh, if they die here, this is even worse. There's a pinch. They're going to go down. None of these ops are getting saved.
No, Strider.
He should die too.
One more.
Eventually, he
Oh,
will
he's
survive.
good.
He will survive. But, I mean,
Oh.
at what cost? Think about how much money they put in. That is not something you look away with and you're like, oh, great, he got 3 kills. That does not matter. That was a save that really did not establish too much whatsoever. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I respect
now
the
they're
balls,
forced- yeah,
right? I
okay.
respect the balls to gamble on the triple op setup. But beyond that,
Right.
maybe not the play.
Here we go, Andrew early on. This is Glass Cannon. But with at least an op like this and how important of a position it is, it's not difficult to try to decipher why he's going aggressively at the moment. These CT players, they're looking for openings, desperately looking for openings. I did say earlier that double cheetah was needed, and indeed that's what they're doing again, except this time they don't really have a contact early on. Speaking of contact, look at the other side of the server. That's Drew taking down one in terms of Carmen, and there you go. Isaac doing the same thing onto Arcade. It's all chaos. Krotos still is going to be able to get one, but the 1v1s galore. The T side have a sight.
They have a sight. What can we do in terms of the retake here? We're in control. Andrew smoked off, needs to find a shot, and they're aggressing. They want to fight for it. That scope's heard the shot. Notice the spray. Eventually finds its mark. The second not show much with Kroto on that trade. We now find a 2 versus 2. There's an isolated man, and down he goes. Now the bomb yet to even be planted. Still, this A site under control. This is very winnable, especially considering the HP on
This
Strider.
was literally Heretics' round, though. This was literally their round.
It's still winnable, though.
Tatum, absolutely it is. A couple bullets should do it. A gust of wind should do it, and there you go. That's the tallest task gone. 100 HP gone, 20 HP now left on Strider. Tatum, he himself is not invincible either. 15 seconds left. He's running to the opposite side of the map. This is good. Finally, bomb will be able to go down. And we get focused up on what is 80 combined HP between these two players to close out the penultimate round.
He has everything. 2 flashes, smoke Molly onto the bomb. This is what he needs to work with. Despite the HP, this is winnable.
Strider just going in.
Did he Molly himself off?
Yes. Yes, he did. But that's also good for him, I guess, because he makes his way through to the other side. But the contact doesn't work out for him. Tatum winning out the round for his team. Heretics Daycare continuing their way forward in yet another round where it was just straight up tumultuous. InControl, they can't find a way through at all. It's been 7 straight rounds for this Daycare side.
And no tactical pause was called. Remember how this momentum started for Heretics?
I wonder how.
Tac pause. They took one, and they started winning. I'll forever be a shill for tac pauses, but here we go. Another round to be had. Oh, that was so close. Heretics just narrowly missing out on the op shot. He peeks it through the smoke. Getting risky, but no shot to connect. Now an attempt at maybe a pinch towards B, but it's not a pinch whatsoever. They've conceded B site, instead just choosing to elect for this fight. But the boost, it's read into. Trades there.
Love it. Yeah, the double push mid, that ends up being the boost on top of your box. So yeah, okay. Not too bad, but again, it is that trade. The T side still is planning on going back over towards that A site, but 2 contacts here for the CT side to try to face on. This T side has a lot of utility to actually use into this one. It's actually been a bit of a rarity since we haven't seen this team with full utility. Heretic. He gets a massive kill onto Kurtomo off of the boost, and just like that, Carmen, he's the one that has to hold it down. Arcade does have a line of sight back over towards, well, he's back box, but he's not going to be able to cross over between sight. Carmen is smoked off back over towards Jaguar. So here we go. It's a 4v3 with the CTs having to push out the sight. Arcade's going to be able to get one, but not without Drew taking down one instead. 2v3. Andrew goes down. Heretic has the angle, and this is going to finish the half. Arcade just going for it. 1v3, diffusing in the middle of smoke. Just about 2 seconds left, but the spray goes through anyways. 6-9 is our scoreline going into the second half. And Heretics Daycare Center, man, this is actually quite the cleanup.
This is like a stomp of a half for this map on T side.
It didn't seem like it. It seemed like
it's T side.
Totally vice versa.
It's T side though. Like this is.
That's the worst part.
I'm a little afraid for InControl. What are they gonna do here? This pistol round is incredibly crucial for this squad because you lose out here. That momentum's just gonna keep rolling. Mentally as well, being able to build back in, that is huge.
Oh boy. Well, this is good though. There's no better way to get momentum than physically going fast. InControl holding W right into the middle of the B site. Andrew's still going to be able to get one on his way over onto Drew Zera. And just like that, the site is theirs. Nobody else is going to be able to contest this until that utility is gone. But in the back line, out goes Carmen, going to be able to get one. Strider's there trying to help him out. Arcade actually has the flank back over towards Cat. Out of nowhere, essentially, this has turned into a 3v5. The one-off frags for InControl has gone completely in their favor. One more player in the corner. Carmen and Cubby takes down 2. Sluggy actually takes down 2. Tatum going to be able to take down another one. That means a 2v2. It's equalized out of nowhere. Arcade coming up. Now in a 1v2 of his own. Tatum actually takes it away. Is this a defuse? Yes, it is.
That's
How
ridiculous.
does that happen?
That is ridiculous that he pulls that off. What was that? 2 versus 5? 3
2
versus
versus
5?
5, 2 versus, yeah.
Something ridiculous.
2v5, not a single kill happened. That is
should not be
unbelievable.
happening. I mean, they just charged on the site. No one was tucked in. No one was playing safe. They greeted for the refrags. And if the mental was not already in a bad spot, imagine how they feel after that round.
That sucks.
That was theirs, but it's not over yet. Galil's can be fully invested. Bomb plant on the T side, that is damn good.
Yeah.
And they need this round now. Still, that investment is impeccable for Heretics Daycare. A couple SMGs, everyone else working with strong rifles and utility behind it, but good way to get it started when those rifles will fall down.
One domino goes down, and when it comes to the B site, it's almost expected that the rest fall over too. But let's see how the hold actually takes itself. The crossfire is actually set up. 2 players back over towards site instead. But Andrew almost dry taking down Sluggy, even with that pop flash from Drew Zera. You gotta feel bad. It's a 3v5. The CTs are still spraying away, anticipating this T take. But they're not really budging. Yes, they're around the site, but they're not showing pixels yet. They're waiting for the CT utility to just go away. They have a minute left. They're crunching all of that time off the clock. Tatum going in. And the third-person point of view, we can't even see the man around the corner either. Andrew spots out Tatum. Drew's finally going to be able to take him down in that exact same area. What else can he do? He pulls off the FAMAS. A couple people crossing up on site. Bomb finally going down on Strider, but Arcade is there to sweep up both kills at the very end of things. InControl, finally back.
They're back in action. Took a force buy, they win it on out. Now they can look just a little bit better. Heretics, do they want to reinvest in? It's a big risk, but put a dig in, sure. Try for at least something in this round. Damage is good, as they still do maintain somewhat control into this game, but that opener was just too strong. Donut player, that is a position where you have to be really safe. If you die as that donut player early on with no trade, you're just going down, and well, talk of donut players going down straight away. Heretic, he's out of the server. Sluggy gave it away. This game's up. Jig is over. And it will be confirmed, actually. His teammate's still there. Maybe a chance for a trade, but they seem to be aware of the possibility out towards Donut. It's 1 dink, 1 kill. That's all it'll be for the round. INC back up to 8, getting closer to those magical double digits.
We're bound to at least get 1 round away from that. Money on Heretics Daycare non-existent going into this next round. When it comes to the actual switch and momentum from InControl, it's almost literally the same way that Heretics Daycare ended up taking it back. Just take back that B site by force. This is fun, though. We do get quite the stack over towards that mid side, and the Observer is going to give you guys a full view of it. All 5 players in differing factors of verticality, all playing up on the set of stairs over towards the mid side. But as they disperse, as they go back over towards the A site, they'll realize that they're running into a meat grinder.
Oh, yeah, bomb's already down. Arcade, ooh, gives away the gun, so
Cool.
maybe some more damage can be dealt. Molly was picked up as well for Tatum, but shouldn't be for too long. He's already been wounded to 9 HP, and I think they're just playing for exits. Tuck in, create a crossfire outside this door, hope for the best.
And just like that, it's going to be over. Andrew, he had the crossfire. Carmen doing the same, so InControl, there you go. The expected result comes out, and now we're looking at, again, that double-digit difference. Again, this is the same InControl team that lost 9 rounds in a row. And again, somehow because of that early burst, that 6-1 start, they're still in this game. But again, just on paper, Mimi, they're just not. They just weren't in this, and they somehow able to bring this one back. Now, somehow, it's the round-by-round flow. Let's see if Heretics Daycare can actually make the adjustments to actually make this work, because Op coming out for Heretic, and presumably slightly different positionings because that mid-side battle has been becoming a bit more volatile for this team.
It has become pretty volatile. I think that the op investment for Heretic will be good, right? Man himself, man of the hour, put him out in that direction. Because the thing is, this Donut player on the cross has been so isolated. They're actually not going to put him there. Instead, they're going to throw that deep molly for mid-control to take this fight, but no one's contesting it. It's just Tatum and Drew with lots of free space. However, in the process, they've lost a little bit of space over towards that A main position. The Catacombs being scoped on out. The bomb is thrown outside, so maybe some indication they try and finish things out towards A, but pressure towards Jaguar. That one will not work out. Frag picked up for Sluggy with no trade to come through.
Sluggy can keep going. Arcade around the corner, throwing down a molly. He's going to have to peek out the other side, and there you go. Sluggy continuing his trail of frags. Second one for him on the round, and in terms of InControl, they can't really do anything else to try to take back this round other than just go through the motions. It's a whole minute left. That's a whole lot of Counter-Strike to be played. That's a whole lot of angles to clear out here on Ancient. They take up mid-control, which is at least good for a Venn diagram, good for your options. That approach over towards Spawn. It's good for at least one, and it's good for two. Heretic holding it down, going to be able to take down Strider, and that is massively important, making a 1v3. And then putting it down to an 0v3. Isaac coming out at the perfect time, taking down Protomo. So there you go. InControl shut down that time of Heretics.
That they are, locking it on out. Money is still here, though, for INC, which is the crucial point. I want to see them go back to contesting mid. That was their strongest suit, right? I mean, even if the op is there for Heretic, flash him up, trying to have Andrew counter him out, because early days, Andrew was winning that op duel a lot of the time. He looked really strong in it, but instead, their posturing might just show something a bit quicker. All 5 players set up here towards A.
There goes the setup towards the back of side. Heretic waiting up for a cross, and indeed he's going to be able to get the first. Can he make it a second, though? There's quite a few going back towards that dice position, and Drew's even here to try to help him over towards Temple. There's 3 different CT players, and Heretic is still hitting shots. Big one coming in. Strider now the last one available in a 1v5, going to be able to make it at least a 1v4, make it a 1v3. Big shot onto Tatum. You still have the offer and Heretic to try to worry about, but Isaac comes up big. Back over towards Spawn with a kill. He was looking for Sluggy too. That was starting to look real good for Strider, but now it's starting to look good for Heretics.
Starting to look good indeed. 12th round picked up. And this money's not going to be looking in quite the best of positions here. A lot of investment was put into that round. There still will be enough to muster up a buy off that growing loss bonus and off the early round success for INC, but this is starting to come down to the wire. Heretics Daycare Club. Are they going to change anything up? Or are they going to stay true to their form? This time the op goes mid. Heretic sets up in good position. He wants to be tested in this position, but he won't be. That deep molly ensures it is. This one seems to be a bit more of a lean out towards B. Again, it's the double Jaguar hold.
That's realistically all it is, holding it down for now, because again, look how crazy that Cheetah setup actually is. Whole lot of utility between those 2 players. And again, a 2-man crossfire isn't exactly something that we've seen, at least from this team. We saw it a whole lot from InControl. That splits. Ooh, he's going to have to break for a little bit, but Isaac comes up big. Heretic coming up even bigger. 2 kills coming back for Heretic. 2 back for Isaac. Isaac with 3. Heretic's Daycare in 1 fell swoop and a 4-man hold of the B site takes him down.
I mean, they just want to be, they wanted to try and commit on into that one, and that will not be allowed. Isaac with the shutdown. And the money, it's been shut down as well. That was the breaking point. That was the one to tip it over the edge, and now InControl, they really only have 1 more round in them with the rifles to try and fight this one off. Heretics Daycare Club is just looking so strong on the CT side of Ancient. They're going quickly. The Deagle's out on the site already.
Isaac holding it down, and there you go. Tech Nines are falling. Isaac, keep going, my friend. This mop-up is huge. Again, it's just stat padding for him at this point. He's going to keep on going. Sluggy alongside Drew at the very end, collecting up that one. But let's look at that kill count. At least in terms of the early frags, we do have 19 for both Isaac and Tatum. Isaac being that linchpin in the last few rounds. Tatum has just been a thorn in the side of InControl. Someone who has legitimately been annoying, though, has been Heretic. massive impact rounds from that man. And Heretics take care. They're going to need a whole lot more. Back over towards the mid side. It is that single molly. Back over and ramp. Double molly to try to clear up ramp early.
They're just going to reset for a second here. But they need to gain space. I mean, they've given up so much. Again, there hasn't been a fight for Jaguar in most of these rounds, or it's just been purposely conceded by the CTs, and that's such a well-timed smoke from Isaac. It'll keep him at bay for at least another couple of seconds. As Sluggy, he's in the hot seat.
Oh, there goes the spray. Arcade finally hits it. The wall bang spam finally hits. Sluggy now waiting up for the opportunity. Big flashbang going in. They're going to check that left corner. Sluggy spray in. Going to be able to get one, make it two, make it a third. Sluggy was full flashed, and he still gets three. Arcade and Strider looking to pick up the pieces for InControl. But again, it's almost the complete opposite of their namesake. It has completely slipped out of their hands. And Heretics Daycare, not only with an opportunity to close out the round, but to force out their opponents to use absolutely nothing going into the last round of the map. Should just be pistols and SMGs if they lose this. In goes Arcade and Strider, walking into the crossfire. Drew around the corner, waiting up for Strider. Drew gets one, can he make it a second? No! Arcade makes it a 1v1 against the Nop at 100 HP. Arcade, only 2 HP.
What can he get done here? Oh, he's running forward. He's running straight into a death trap. This one's over.
My word.
Heretic has it locked down. And as Daycare, they have found map point 15 secured here. Such an opportunity there for INC, but the read just was not quite right. It feels like they're trying to bang a rock against a wall with these continual hits out towards the B site. It just has not been working. Something needs to change, and they're running out of opportunities to change it on up. This time, it's re-aggression towards mid. All four strong, ready in this position, but the cross has been made. Heretic is already donut, and he's found his first victim.
Heretic picking up one. It could certainly be more of a massacre. The rest of InControl mostly playing around that mid area, but they are trusting Arcade to be that split back on site. And does a peek even come down? He makes a little bit of noise. Drew Zera waiting up for the contact, going to be able to peek out and going to be able to get damage, but it's not enough for the kill. Arcade down to 31 HP, and he's backed out over towards main. Back over in mid, InControl. Oh no, look who they're running into. They're running into Isaac. Isaac coming up from behind. Gonna be able to get one. There goes the bomb, and it's full InControl. 5 HP left on Isaac, and now it's his. Andrew holding down the angle, gonna be able to get one, make it a second. Tatum and Sluggy are down. What is going on in this round? 55 seconds left. Scrappy HP left on these last two InControl players, but they're still fighting for it, and they're still gonna be able to get that frag. Andrew now the last one remaining in a 1v2.
1 versus 2 here, rotating all the way towards the side. Oh no. He might double take this. Can still hit back towards B. Options are there. But it's a matter of time, and the Op is reposted at mid. And A is his destination. He'll find this for free, but look at the angle being held back towards CT. It's Drew posted up, and with his HP, 1 bullet to the body could end it.
Andrew, where does he even go at this point? Again, Drew has the cross towards the back of sight, and he goes right into it. And just like that, Heretics Daycare, a mixed team facing up against a full roster, and it's the mix that takes the first map.
Well, let's hope that past tense can become the current as we hop back on into things here. Heretics Daycare versus InControl. Map number 2, a best out of 3 here in the upper finals. Loser, well, they're still around, just down in the lower bracket. The winner, they get a nice little 1-map advantage into those grand finals. They get to chill out tomorrow so they can get things going.
They
Heretics
get to experience the block a little bit more, see Philly a bit, watch the
games. They don't have to get here at 7:30.
Play on arcade cabinets, all that
yeah.
to start. Folks, we want to play some games here on the server, though. In we go.
You guys
the
play
T-side play. Are we gaming?
Really?
Are we gaming in this venue? Surely, a real gamer opportunity for the InControl side. As all of their players spill out over towards that A site, completely uncontested. It is going to have to be a full 5-man retake, and it's a 5-man retake that's all coming out from heaven. Oh, this is going to be fun. All 4 players going out off of the pop flash. Crotomo, he has everyone in his crosshairs, but he's not going to be able to get anything. Out goes Carmen's going to be able to get one. Sluggy doing the exact same. Now we're equalizing a 3v3. Strider, Carmen having to fight back. Sluggy's going to be able to get another kill back. Diffuse finally going in on Tatum, and he has a diffuse kit. Smoke dissipating. There goes the kill. Who won? Who won the round?
InControl.
Strider won it. Oh my word. The kill comes out at the very end. The defuse barely goes in, but I think that he released it anyways. The kill goes in at the end, and InControl by the skin of their teeth take it back.
Just narrowly able to steal one away. INC, I mean, it looked like a moment that they were going to let that one fall off. And yeah, as we look back at the replay last second, he tried to hold till the very end, but it was just a millisecond off. There has been an investment through. Swag 7, Scout, got to put some credit over to these weapons, as it'll be an early exchange, 1-for-1. The Deeg does even more damage. This has been so costly already, and the round's not even halfway done yet.
Oh yeah, this is so good for the CTs. Even if they lose, mission accomplished. 2 more terrorist players remaining. They're forced to put the bomb down. Out goes the spray out from the Deeg from Sluggy in heaven, but he wasn't able to find anything else. Crotomo still in the back of sight, waiting for our contact. Both Drew and Heretic are going to be coming out from Mini. So instead of heaven pressure, Croto not going to have to deal with it whatsoever. In goes the 2 CT players trying to take this back. Deagle around the corner. AK picked up by Drew. Drew looking for the shot in, but in goes the wide swing from the Galil. Heretic going to be able to get one close by off the Scouts, but there goes the trade from Andrew. But I said it before and I'll say it again. Mission accomplished for Heretics Daycare.
They did invest into that, and I'm wondering if they're going to play these force buy wars, because INC is going to have to fully rebuy through this round. It looks like they're conceding, though. They realize they lost it.
Are.
They're cutting on down.
Interesting.
Tossing the flashes between each other. I love that new feature, by the way, being able to throw grenades.
Yeah.
It was Drew who bought Roll, and he actually threw them across the different teammates. It's fun.
We saw it come into effect a lot back over towards the major, and honestly, that mechanic actually having such a quick effect on the scene.
Spice
that's
it up
how
a little.
That's how you know. This game can still advance. This game still has things.
I love that
it can work.
League.
I love to see that. Love to hear that. Folks, it's going to be Carmen. He's going to be able to get one. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. But certainly not a third. The USP around the corner takes down Carmen, but you have to watch out for the MAC-10, right? Andrew can farm up so much cash in this position, and none of these remaining players have armor. They do have a flash, though. Do they throw it out? Andrew waiting up for it. Going to be able to get 2. Make it 3. Off of just 1 MAC-10 clip, and he picks up an AK for his favor. InControl. They still pick up 3 AKs back into the next round. And the waste, well, it's not all that wasteful.
We need to start like a swear jar, but it's like making a joke about InControl's name when they're winning rounds.
That's all on me. Honestly, I owe like $20 at this point.
I owe a little bit. I think I've done it like twice.
Yeah, okay.
We'll need to put some money
maybe
in.
I am exaggerating a little bit, but I do owe something like that.
Yeah, we'll have to get it going. But here we go. Outside smoke's queued on up. No one actually directly playing this. Drew is in position towards Mini. Does the smoke hit? Is there a gap? There's a gap.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
He's going to be able to play around it. Yeah.
Please,
Drew. It's a huge gap, but he's flashed up blind. That's the first one across. And they see him, but they can't see a damn thing.
Let's go.
2 sprayed on down, but it
actually
stays
gets
even.
it.
The trades are there. The trades are good from Andrew, and he's wary about the possibility of a flank. His bomb re-rotates down Secret. This duel is isolated.
Dude, it's just those spots that are so crazy to try to deal with, and honestly, it's kind of surprising that he ended up getting 2 kills off of that. But let's focus on the rest. 1 of 5 left. And these 2 CTs, they have almost a perfect crossfire back over towards lobby, but they've actually given it up. Isaac now sitting in the back of, vent. In we go, gonna be able to take down 1. Can he take down the second coming out of hut if they go out? Don't really know yet. 50 seconds left, and Arcade just goes out dry, taking down Isaac. And now Heretic, no! Misses out on the shot. The AK running away. The second opportunity for the shot, but Arcade still wins it out anyways. InControl doing well.
Would you say that they're... I'm not going to say.
That's an extra $1 for sure. Yeah, even just implying it.
Yeah, that was the first rifle round. That should have been one that Heretics should have been able to win out, especially considering that gap early on, right? That was a gift. Practically given away. Put a little bow on it, tie it up neatly, but... nothing about that round was neat. The re-rotation, the re-clear through lobby from the T's was really good, and the late round execute just as strong. Now it's just the Deegs to try and fight against an economy that continues to bolster itself for INC as they go quickly up towards upper. Isaac gets 1 for his troubles, but that's all he'll grab on the way down to the grave. The plant is for open, and this retake will be tough still. Look out for Drew. He's re-clearing deep. Maybe his feet have been hurt. I'm not sure.
Don't really think the sound matters all too much, but we'll see.
Well, he's dead anyway.
Let's see if any of the other players can actually pick up maybe an exit or two. Sluggy going in for a quick contact peek. Carmen hasn't actually popped out from the back of sight, so waiting up for that deagle to actually pop out. There goes that attempt at a pixel headshot, and Carmen actually still nails it. Tatum, the last one remaining, in a 1v4, looking for at least Andrew over in mid, but Andrew takes him down. So there you go, InControl, surviving a big round. And again, I say surviving because we had moments earlier where InControl, not only just in this map, but other maps too, InControl dropping a lot of very crucial, clean rounds that should be clean, but instead affects their economy. Next one is big though.
Op is out finally. It's taking a moment for Heretic to be able to farm up enough money. Where is he taking this one? Outside. Has the support of Drew as well. He's going aggressive, wants a duel very early. And he's found a sneaky line. Does he get an opportunity? No, blinded! Blinded, this gets awkward. He's past the scope.
No
and
way.
what? He's still alive? Escapes.
Carmen
the
stops
smoke
frame?
sucks down Carmen. Oh no.
No.
Oh
no.
The shot misses. Heretic is still alive, still going in this situation.
What?
Looking around, T-Red. Support is here though. Support should come soon,
Dude,
but
no
elsewhere,
way he
Sluggy's
survives.
found too. What?
He lives.
Heretic
Why?
not
Missed
again.
again.
Not again. The
And
shots
Drew
are going
killed him.
everywhere.
That's his teammate.
What?
The team kill comes in. That is the most shambles battle I have ever seen. 3 missed op shots.
That's ridiculous.
I can't. Welcome to Frag, folks. Welcome to Frag.
That
Heretics
shouldn't be
Daycare,
happening.
they have a round back. It is going to be one for them. I'll consider that a one and done, though, but we do have to focus up on that next round. I'm sure there's more to talk about in terms of actual Sluggy, but please, we need this next approach.
This is quite a way to get things rolling for the Heretics Daycare side, but a round is a round at the end of the day. Heretic himself still up on that big green. Outside it'll be Drew. Over towards the ramp, Heretic will post. He's actually going all the way towards Secret, trying to find a wrap outside. This is a good call, because smokes are coming. They're running towards Secret Heretic. Does he have the timing on the contestant? He has the angle at very least.
Heretic, here we go then.
Oh,
He
jiggle.
does have that angle, but he's not going to be able to hit that shot. Oh my god, Heretic, what is going on?
0 for 5, I think, on op shots
Oh,
now. Those are
jeez.
some crucial whiffs.
2 rounds in a row where the op has been dropped, but again, his team did recover it last round, so not all that bad, but 2-man disadvantage for Heretics. It can't get better, though. Isaac now with full control, a lobby full except for Squeaky, and Tatum actually pops out and takes down the player over in Arcade, so in we go. As Isaac, Tatum, and Sluggy, they still try to hold down these back choke points, but where is Isaac personally going? He's saving all the way back up towards the spawn as the bomb has gone down. So there you go. It's going to be another round back for InControl, and that's not exactly a surprise, is it? 2 picks go back towards the InControl side in crucial spots. They have to back off.
That they do. Those optos are so big. Like, you cannot be missing those shots in those situations. It's tragic. It happens sometimes, right? Like, it's what I was just discussing with Andrew in the previous match. Oppers have a lot of importance, especially on maps like Nuke and Ancient. And if it's been a long day, 3BO3s, this is the second map of your 4th, things get tiring. Issues start to come on through, and, well, that's maybe what we're seeing still. The money is there, the save allows it. So the train might be able to keep on rolling for this Heretics side of things. I'm wondering if there'll be any adaptation in this setup. This time, the op is going to head its way over towards ramp again. Dip down? No, this time, take the duel.
Triple smoke out mid. There you go. Finally a safe cross. God, we were yelling earlier over the most unsafe cross I've probably ever seen over towards that outside area, but this one's actually successful, and this one actually counts for a frag. Cameron going through, going to be able to get one. You still have to wait up for Sluggy. Sluggy around the corner, waiting up for those headshots, and still no utility. No utility coming out. No need for utility. Sluggy just keeps spraying, and he gets a 3rd, making a 4th. Oh no, the buy of InControl is breaking apart. They all walk into Sluggy's crosshair, and he has an easy 4K. Heretic can close it off. The 5th frag onto Arcade. Arcade, the best thing that this man can do is wait up for one of these CT players to come get him, and I think Sluggy's on the run.
Oh, he's after him. He wants it. Feed it to him. Let's see it. Sluggy.
Give it to him. Yes!
The ace is there.
Huge.
Sluggy's found it. The round he was needed most. A pinnacle And he takes his pirouette, spins it straight around towards the favor of his squad, and it looks damn good in the process. The money, it's still there for INC. They'll be able to reinvest. They're sitting on some oil baron trust fund money in the background. But this is what they needed. Start to build off that.
Yeah, we get to look at that spray down once again. Sluggy, he had a 4K off of that round again. Massive spot to have it happen. We're looking at a quick play actually from the T side. A couple players back over towards lobby, and again, it is actually a buy. InControl barely with a cash enough to actually go for this, and out goes, out goes Cameron. Not going to be able to find anyone, so instead, oh no, Isaac actually goes down instead. Crotomo does actually get that trade back onto Drew. Heretic with a big frag onto Andrew. Arcade and Crotomo, the last two remaining, but they're low on HP. Big headshot from Crotomo, and Tatum holds it down. 2K for Tatum by the very end of things. Excuse me, 3 by the very end of things. And Heretics Daycare, more importantly, scraping their way back.
They're holding on here. They're doing well to defend against these quicker hits up towards upper especially. Outside control, though, is still an issue for me with the way this team is playing. Like, Heretic has a lot of pressure when he plays that position, so I'm glad that they've switched him off. Now position that off instead, normally out towards ramp. But they do concede a lot of space. However, I don't think INC knows yet. We haven't really seen them capitalize too much off of this outside control. In this round, it's just someone to be concerned of the flank. No actual commitment, and we'll talk of commitment.
Yes!
And Isaac, cute little spray down there. Not quite the ace. Drew will steal it away, but the anti-eco goes just as you'd expect.
Yeah, light work. Light work. So yeah, we can focus up at least on the next InControl. From what we've seen off most of their buy rounds, they have been quite contingent on that early utility out over towards that long area. Now I do want to see, though, Heretics start to fight a bit more, because after that battle from Heretic over in long, it almost seems like they've almost given up on playing outside, period. Almost completely traumatized from that one play, and well, we're doing it again. The CT simply have a contact over towards that side, but no actual watch. Heretic going to be able to get one shot early on. In goes the rest of the players over towards ramp. Heretic gets one, making a third. Oh my god! That flick was nuts! Kurtomo's down to 8 HP, but wasn't actually the kill. Out goes Isaac. The spray is even better. 72 HP remaining from Andrew. In a 1v3, it seems impossible.
It seems impossible, but he's been on fire thus far. Bomb very much available to him. He'll work towards recovery duty as it blinks away down the ramp. Where can he find these duels? Down below, it's a crossfire. Strong position, but he doesn't have to contest that. Maybe work his way up towards hell. The only one watching in that area is Drew, and Drew, he's relegated more over towards Hut. Well, actually, maybe consider aggressing his way further, but for now, the onus is on Andrew. Oh, the off angle.
Oh.
He should not be ready for this.
No, but will he see him in his peripheral vision? No, he will not. So yes, 5 to 6, dude. Deja vu. Deja vu. This is another like.
I just heard you guys are choking again. Not sure if that showed up on stream, but they're very insistent about it.
Yeah. Almost literally exactly what I'm saying. It's happening again.
It feels reminiscent. It feels reminiscent. I'm gonna be honest. I won't call Wolf too soon, but I haven't seen it to get their ducks in a row.
We've seen rounds go awry like this, so why not at least try to watch? A couple smokes going back over towards that mid side, but certainly not across to go back into secret. Instead, this one is for mini control. Out goes the Tech-9 controlling it, and out goes the rest of the players in Squeaky. Kurtomo's going to be able to get one, but everyone else cleans it up. Heretic, Isaac, Drew, all with frags, and a 6th round for Heretics Daycare. Come back complete once again.
Your mouse stops working. Holy shit.
I'm just enjoying the
I love
the
Can we just
sights
stop
and the
talking
sounds.
and just
I know.
enjoy that?
Caster, stop talking. Enjoy the trash talk. That's what I'm really here for.
That's why you need to come to the block.
I know. Come on out, guys. It's
Can't
beautiful.
mute the casters though. We are on the loudspeakers.
Damn. We're
It's,
stuck. We're stuck out into the world.
Hate to see it, boys. Well, you guys are stuck with us as much as we're stuck with you. So instead, we get to watch InControl
We're stuck
potentially try to
together.
take up another
it's
round.
a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
All good. But Isaac, that's a good way to get things going. You'll find
Oh, that sucks.
one and out towards the lobby. That's a good crunch. Tatum able to take it down. Drew as well, finding his mark. There's some semblance of a trade, but look how much space has been lost. These teams are all the way back in spawn. Bomb's not even in their possession. It's Sluggy.
Oh my
They'll hold it
god.
on down. Tatum helps. The vice is starting to close. It is crushing down, and you can feel the momentum swinging back towards Heretics.
But this
I mean-
is what halftime is all about, right?
Yeah, INC is completely quiet at this point. Feels like the energy is gone out of that team.
This is Again, we just keep saying deja vu, but it is awfully reminiscent of that first map. And InControl, they desperately need some sort of kick in the butt, some sort of pep talk to try to get themselves out of this, because it doesn't seem like different strats are actually working to try to rush up. In the second to last round of the half, Pistols going back down over towards that outside area. The upgrades are working, and Andrew actually from above finding at least his counterpart in Drew. Sluggy, he's actually, oh, he actually spots out one. He calls out to the rest of his teammates, but nobody's actually out. Can he actually find a kill over towards Window? No, he can't. This team is struggling to find frags, but they can finally find one with Sluggy. They've equalized things back to a 3-on-3, but at what cost?
This gets risky, but look at the damage already done. Still, that rifle up towards heaven. Does this go check? They pass under each other. Now coming up the ladder, this frag's going to be everything. But Andrew, he turns in time, maintains the high ground. Sluggy needs to fight back forward, but that ladder, it is such a fickle choke point.
How do you even fight that?
Wrap around, go outside, try and split. There's still utility, 2 flashbangs, but you have to go, right? You don't want to concede an eco like this. You have the money in the bank, in the back pocket. It's doable. But timing's everything. This backstab from Heretics has to be huge.
Right.
It has to distract. Oh, but Strider's ready.
Strider.
It has to be right. Sluggy has no HP. He's stuck up towards heaven, and Andrew shuts it on down. They said they were choking. I think that InControl might have just proved that wrong.
Proving me wrong at least. There you go, InControl. Back in it, putting both hands on mouse and keyboard and making sure that they're still alive here in the server. Can it actually end in a positive side here off of this nuke T side? Because again, InControl, they have experience on this map. One of the better things that they can do is just have that sound fundamental terrorist side. Let's see how this utility actually goes over outside. Double smoke up, actually make it a triple smoke, one in the middle of the garage. But Drew has the gap. Drew's all the way outside. He takes down one in terms of Cameron, and nobody else goes out. So instead, one-man advantage going back over towards Heretics Daycare. And, well, more unfortunately, no trades can be had.
No trades whatsoever. But
oh, look at the push out.
Yeah, this is good. What they lose in players, they make up for in map control. And now that player count, it evens as well. A pendulum constantly swinging, and it continues to favor the CTs. Arcade, he'll fight back in, at least for one. That's the opera down, a big frag to find. But look at the position where Drew is standing. That's a secondary up deep outside. He won't be tested instead. The angle's cut close. Croto makes it inside and now has another opportunity for a duel, but support here up towards heaven. Isaac swings, that's too wide. That is a bit too wide there, but the nade! Oh, not quite the slam dunk he was hoping for. Still Croto down below. AUG, the one-way thrown, the molly. Oh, does it hit? I don't think so. One-way cancels it out, and now the swing can come through. Sluggy up towards heaven, but Croto down below. The one-way is not enough. InControl, take gate, and claim the half-it advantage.
Team, man. That's a big round for your team.
Well, you heard that. Big round for your team. Lost sight at the very end. Momentum seeped away a little bit. InControl. They like to take those types around. They like to take it. That was pure brute force.
Yeah.
Pure brute force at the end. And they were forced out to do it. Well, for Croto, he could consider himself a hero, but at least some sort of momentum needs to carry over towards that second half because Heretics Daycare, they're the ones that have to stick over towards that T side of things. We'll have InControl. He's coming back into it off the CT. One cross over towards the outside area. Croto going to be able to get one. Do his teammates end up getting a trade? Yes, they do. Sluggy and Isaac end up getting two back on their way over towards Secret.
Oh, but look down below. Here we go. Cameron, this is his time to shine. Off angle established where there's a flash. No smoke instead. Flash not being used. They're just going in. Now the flash comes and they hard clear him. They were ready. Dualies. Not quite yet, but 12 HP on both sides. Not going to be able to be one out. Tease at such a strong advantage. Strider has shown his cards, and what does he have? Not an ace up his sleeve. It's a 7. Useless. Nothing to work with. No HP. Not a ton of chance. The crossfires have already been established. What can he even try and do here?
This is an 8th round for Heretics Daycare.
Almost confirmed.
Pretty much. Oh my God.
There was a moment. There was a moment of belief. A spark. Lightning to strike, but sometimes
it went from like a 10%.
Maybe not a like a 5% maybe not lightning,
chance.
Maybe more like a
20% chance.
What's like a little lightning bolt? Like one of those like little like Tesla coil thingies that like your science teacher showed you in like 7th grade.
I'm not smart. Explain.
Have you ever seen like those like balls
I know,
that have like the electricity in there? You touch it and you're like,
Yeah, the one that goes,
Yeah,
and
that
the one that
one.
like lights up with your hands
Yeah.
and all that, makes like thunder and all that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, thunder, like the end of the scouts with Andrews. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we do at least have a 4-spy back for this CT side. Not exactly unexpected, but it's the guns they bought or lack thereof that's more surprising. Strider, he actually does have a Mag 7 to try to use in a pretty good spot for it, but the T's are playing more of a default.
Watch the Mag 7 get impact here because the Deagle already has. Why not the shotgun? Where's the control going? Towards lobby still. Ramp is open though. That's a big factor of this round. Only one man watching, and he also has to play this rotation up towards heaven. Lots of pressure on one guy, and now he's dropped down. This means ramp completely conceded, and in a way, a lower loss too.
Yeah, should be the end of that site. We do have 3 players rotating already for that CT side. Back over towards Ben, and already down in stairs. Out goes Arcade, Opel first. Sluggy with 3 players to try to aim on with 1 Galil clip. He can't exactly make it work, but Tatum comes up from behind, barely on time to take down Cameron. And now Strider, I wish you the best of luck, my friend. A Mag 7 and a hope, a Swag 7 at that, because surely only the swaggiest of players can actually utilize this type of gun. Strider already has a kill with it, but surely he's not opening single door to go for that. Tatum, he has the cross and he takes them down. Heretics Daycare, they went through a 4-spy, yes, but so did their opponents.
So did their opponents, and now the money is showing through. USPs. What do they buy off that one smoke? What are they planning to do with this? Maybe like aggression outside? Not
Just
sure.
get that plant down. No, not that
It's
plant down. What am I
CTs.
saying?
Top
Get
10
some picks.
Wow, I did not know
Be a
that
little bit
CTs were
edgy
into
over towards the
planting
outside
these
area.
days.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
dude.
you bullied for this for all of time. But the smoke, there's one for Drew. He'll use it to drop fencing. Yeah, it was for outside control. Pop it down a little bit. Allow yourself the wide berth around T. Red is DK towards spawn side. Should hold this one off.
Should, right?
Why are you
Croto.
shaking? It's a pistol.
He's at least gonna have that second contact back as Isaac picks up a bit. Drew, that was Drew that came up from behind and actually got Croto. Drew ran from the basement to try to go get that, and Arcade, who was sitting up pretty on top of the box, ends up going down to Sluggy. So there you go, just formalities out of the way. Only 1 gun being dropped for Heretics Daycare. This is important. 10-8 in control. They finally get that op out, but they barely have any money after the phase. What do they do with it?
What? I just heard.
They have an op.
No, I wasn't talking. I just heard the #1 Victory Royale Fortnite song in my ears. Did you not hear that?
No.
Either I have schizophrenia or the producers are
No,
trolling me.
whoa, the producers are trolling us now. This is peak frag.
No,
I've been waiting for this.
This is what we're looking for. I'm just hearing. I'm getting gaslit now.
Because like last time it was like Ito and like his map shenanigans and occasional editing from Griffin, but we haven't had any like frag TM type moments just yet.
Frag
Just
production, Keck W.
yet. Actually, shout outs to the Mike and Ike's like pour at the end of the first shift.
Honestly, that
From
was
Dak
impressive.
and Los. That was a
I was into
legendary
that.
moment.
I was into that.
Good guys.
I want
Good
some
guys.
Mike and Ike's.
I don't think the cleaning ladies were as
They
happy.
cleaned it up. They did it themselves. But
Right.
here we go.
Here's the
Execute
cleaning
on
crew.
site. Strider. He'll clean up the first. Maybe taking some influence off of that Mike and Ike cleanup job. Sluggy though. Good on the trade as we keep it even off of Andrew's shot. Now, advantage with the CTs, but where is Heretic claim that? They're trying to fight their way towards this ramp. That's where the bomb is. Now it's
way.
deployed for it, but running through, that's a mistake that you will regret. Andrew Cameron, excuse me, both anchoring down. Good angles to pick up here. Heretic, oh, he's taking a long way, and Sluggy's here to bait.
No, this is good. Sluggy takes down a bit of contact. That flash goes in, but again, his teammate's not going to be able to contact for a good bit. That molly is so good. 25 seconds left. Sluggy gets the kill, and Andrew's all the way out in the open, and this has to be the checkmate, right? Out goes one. Andrew peeking around the corner, waiting up for a second.
No way!
Andrew! What a play! Zero clue about the second person, and even blind as a mouse, he still gets it.
How did they let that slip away? Why did he peek that early? It was against an op. You don't need to full commit to that swing. There was a flank coming that round. It was in the back of their hand. They were holding onto it, clutching at it.
No, but
he
surely,
makes
no,
the
no, no,
sound
but that was
like
a bait, though. That was a bait, surely.
I mean, that was the
surely Andrew
implication,
wouldn't
but-
be in that corner. Surely Andrew would not be
least
able to
check
play
for
around
it.
that box.
Let your team
Surely you
contact,
would
do
have
a
been
jiggle.
able to trade
something, jump peek, something.
that. Right. Just safer. Just safer. But,
Seeing rounds like that slip away hurts me, but seeing Andrew win something like that,
Little
that makes me
malt.
feel a little bit better.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. We love the highlight plays. We love the heroics. As this team, I don't think they've needed heroics. They haven't needed those. Not too many of them, at least. So it's good to know that at least their players are awake until, after like 15 seconds left in the round. Or
Are
at
they
least at
taking
the
a pause
very end.
after that? Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
I would take a pause
I
off
would
that
hope
too.
that they took a pause. Are you kidding me? For InControl? Oh my god.
Yeah, you
That's
need
the
a
biggest
moment.
pause of their life.
You're like, all right, nothing happened.
Like, how
guys.
did they lose that?
I don't know what you're talking about. There was no last round. It was just 10-9 this whole time. We're back into it. All good.
All right. In we go then. In we go. It's going to be already that approach coming out over towards that ramp side. Andrew. Ha, Andrew. Love seeing him back once again, and let's see if he can nail down a shot or two. Isaac does have that cross back, but so really does everyone else. The T's are playing more of a contact this time. And I don't think, oh, there you go. I don't think anyone's actually going to be able to peek this. Andrew finally comes out and takes down Sluggy, but the two players on A, they go down.
That they do. Bomb going to go back to be recovered as Isaac, he finds a big frag there. Tatum instead, of course, is Cameron had an attempt. Now it's just Andrew alone. 1 versus 4. Bomb to be planted down lower. This is so delayed on the rotation. He has utility, but no one's giving him an isolated duel, really. There's a man holding outside. That's the aforementioned Isaac. And Andrew would have to make an audio cue if he wants to drop vent.
Does he get another clutch? Andrew starts it off. At least one, but no. No new clutch for Andrew. So instead, it is going to be the team of Heretics at least taking that back. Boy, oh boy. InControl. Back down to pistols, back down to a half buy. This is just starting to become a bit of the norm, but just talking about the actual T side thus far for Heretics, I don't think we've actually seen anything too wild in terms of takes thus far. In terms
Nothing
of just
crazy.
organized takes. No wild utility, nothing controlled up towards
Feels
A.
like standard new.
Like, yeah, very standard.
Some good, honest Counter-Strike.
He's hungry. He needs him to get
Just
out
like
of
that,
his
that's what we expect, right?
Boys, let's go.
2 kills back for Sluggy, 2 kills back for Drew.
You can hear the energy. Let's go, boys. Let's go. The
You
energy.
can see
I
it
mean, it's
starting to build
flowing.
up.
It is
You have
flowing.
to. You have to. This is winners finals. And not only that, but like you got to think about it. Although it is a little bit more of a local tournament, it's not actually a full frag. $10,000 on the line.
I mean,
okay?
that's an insane prize pool.
$10,000 freaking dollars for like a
I mean, like
like
back
a
in the
local
day, this
regional,
would be its
like,
own frag. And now there's like 3 of these across the country.
Right.
That's wild.
Insane.
That is wild.
Insane,
You'll love
but
to
you have
see
to
it
fight for
growing.
each and every single round, and indeed, they need to try to find the underhanded tactics to find it. Arcade, through the smoke, through the door, finds the first kill onto Drew. Nobody else up that T side playing up in that same squeaky spot. Instead, we're going to have a couple players back over towards lobby just waiting up for a contact. You do have to wait up for the CT players to actually spot something outside, because look at this. Cameron playing back in secret. Has the cross back. Andrew finds the first pick, and out goes the peek back over towards Secret, but no pick is actually had. Andrew stuck in the back. Can he get another pick to make this position worth it? Can a teammate come help him to make this worth it? Let's see it. He's waiting up for a pixel, and he finds the gap, threads the needle, and takes down Sluggy. It just keeps getting worse for this team. 12-9. It's going to be 12-10. Heretics. Cannot let this slip. That 2v1 already affecting them, and that's yet another round going back towards the op of Andrew.
A round slips away, and then you see the repercussions of it quite quickly. Still, advantage is held here for the T's. They still have good money, but this is the end of that, right? Mac 10 out for 1 player, everyone down at 0, and the loss bonus is honestly not that built up whatsoever. 1,900. Damn near 0. InControl. They're looking stronger on the CT side. The op has started hitting for Andrew. There's a slow start for him, for Heretic as well. Both these oppers having some troublesome beginnings, but
Yeah.
now things are working out. As it's a
Oh,
standard
this could be
smoke
bad.
for outside.
This could be so bad. Cameron, he's sitting all the way back in secret. He's waiting for this up. The contact comes in on Arcade. What's going to be the action? What's going to be the pick here? Does Cameron get anything? He peeks at a body and he pulls out a nade? Is he still going to? How does he even get a kill there? How? A 4v4 now remaining for this team. Andrew coming in, sweeping up even more. And just like that, a Heretic stake here. I mean, sure, 3 players remaining. Arcade coming up from behind, gonna make it a 3-on-3, 3-on-2, now 3-on-1 Strider! Drew Zera now the last one remaining in a 1v3, and he can't do anything about it. I'm losing my mind, Nini.
This momentum that they've managed to pull is wild. For InControl, that looks so good off the rip for Heretics, right? Because they had so much space. They took ramp. They were able to drop down towards the vent. Like, all of this was under their command. But InControl, they just had the space. They had the space, despite the run towards Secret, excuse me. It was that position. It was that position, and the 1-for-1, that bought the time.
Yeah, you
That bought the time.
Don't really expect that earlier position from those types of players either, from Cameron either. It's just good that InControl had the due diligence.
He's not normally that aggro Secret, right? Because he was aggro initially, fell away up the
No, and that's why he was safe for playing that position anyways. But even
I mean, it's not an unusual position. It just hasn't been shown thus far this game.
Yeah.
So,
as we discussed, a round actually happens. Pistols for this T side, certainly not enough to try to take away too much utility. There goes the USP of Cameron. How does Cameron have a USP? That was interesting.
how does Cameron have a USP? Do you want to like go back through that?
I'm sure we could actually find a replay at some point of why he has only a pistol, why he only has a USP in that round, and $0. But that's okay. We move forward. 12-12.
I think he
tied
probably
up
just
score.
pulled the USP out. I don't know. I didn't see. All good. Doesn't matter. Round was won. It was clean. Heretics have the money back into the bank, and that's a gap created. A gap capitalized off of Andrew, hitting with the op. Now, what's the reply? Over
Oh, the
towards
reply
ramps.
is instant safety. You see that from Cameron, backing all the way up immediately towards site. Gonna let these T players stretch out
He's
a little
going
bit.
all the
Not
way
only
to check
that, but
Secret
giving
even.
the op back to Andrew. Andrew gonna be able to get one. Can he make it a second? No, but this is good.
This is good, but they can stage this multiple ways. You can wrap up heaven, you can go down ramp, but going up towards A, it's not the best of calls because there's a lurker waiting outside. Finds a 1-for-1 trade, and now up the ladder, zipping towards heaven. It's another player who has to be contested.
You do have Cameron going back up ramp. Might hide just a little bit more, though. We'll see what the actual moves are for Tatum and Sluggy, because, again, they still have 50 seconds left. Not too much utility to actually use, but this route is running right into the jaws of the beast, and that beast being Strider.
Strider takes on a headshot, and he's still alive at 23 HP.
Backs off. Still has the angle onto Sluggy. Sluggy
Can't get anything done. 23 HP for Strider. One body shot would have been able to do it, but instead, in control of the game, they made the comeback possible, and they are now finally back in the lead.
They're back in the win column, starting to make this look really strong. I mean, Heretics Daycare, every time they've tried to go outside, a gap has been created and capitalized off so fast from InControl. That time as he got from Andrew. Before, it's been the fights towards Secret. It has been looking good for this team, and now just an anti-eco to deal with. It's the Deagles, so there's a risk factor to it as always, and they're taking this dry, running outside. Maybe not the best of ideas. Yeah, Tatum's not going to make that. The river, too strong, sweeps him away down the Oregon Trail, and well, this round might find the same fate as Sluggy finds himself smoked off, stuck back towards the lobby. No space gain besides Heretic, who's crept his way outside. He might find an angle, but no, he's being held for. There's a shutdown from Arcade. With now a 5 versus 3 advantage, 14 is all but secured.
Still, the approach is yet to happen for most of these T players. So let's look out at least for Isaac. Picking and prodding a bit back over towards HUD. He finally pops. Drew. That's a pick back at Mini. At least taking that one in terms of Andrew, but the rest of these CT players playing in a bit more of a safe position, or a bit more safer positions. As at this point, Strider playing up on that off angle all the way up, and Raptor finally finds that angle onto Sluggy. Same thing with Isaac. And Drew, well, he goes and picks up the bomb all the way back towards the spawn, and with just about 30 seconds left, this team does desperately need cash. Absolutely they do. They get a little bit extra cash, and they can, in a very trusted fashion, pick up an AWP in the next round. Drew, can he get that bomb down all the way down in basement to potentially make this possible? In we go. There's one person already in the middle of sight, and yeah, he's already here. That should be the kill back for Cameron, and there you go. 14 to 12 in control. They get this next round. This game has to be theirs.
I wanted to knife him so bad, but I didn't knife him because that was Drew. If that was Heretic, I would have knifed him right there. That's what I heard.
Wow.
They don't like Heretic.
Specifically Heretic.
Very specifically Heretic, and we'll talk of Heretic. His daycare's taking attack pause here. I would call this a little late, but still good. This is a big round.
Pause. That out of context to me is so funny. This daycare taking a tactical
You told me
pause.
this daycare took a tactical pause? It's just like an army of toddlers.
It's like at
gearing up.
recess, everyone groups up. It's like it's their meeting before.
What are like the best frag
football.
names you've heard? There's been some good ones.
Huh?
Like the best names from frags for like pub teams.
Ooh,
Real quick before the round.
probably
gets going. Give me
Drip or
one.
Drown is probably just like
Drip or
one of my
Drown.
classics.
That's a good one. We take it.
Yeah,
You'll have
you
to
know
think
what?
of
Drip or
more.
Drown.
Ruminate till we get to our next eco round. As we hop on into this. This is a big one. This is a tipping point. Fake Molly. They push past it. Andrew getting aggressive.
Again, not exactly a common spot for that op to be in, but if you're Andrew, who is incredibly aggressive off this op, oh, you love this. Oh, you love this. You love the chaos, and you love the control, don't you?
And you love the information.
Look at all this. Andrew finally approaching up. There's still one player to actually deal with over toward that lobby area, but everyone else from the T side is already abandoned. In we go. Can they find that last T player? Can they find Drew Zera, who's currently waiting over towards Hut? In goes the approach over towards the outside area. They do have secret control. They finally come out from behind. Drew Zera goes out, but Crow finally gets the kill. Crossover and Mini. And oh my, it's a disaster. Strider and Andrew, the last two remaining.
And now it's just Strider. That op has been gunned down. Heretic the one to deal the damage. Strider, can he get this? Not quite. Sluggy holds the angle. 13-14 Heretics daycare. Off the tactical pause. Start to bring things back. It's a pretty cut and dry hit. Take some pressure outside. Apply that towards Secret and then re-hit towards upper. A pinch between Hut and Mini. Works well for him. And the aggression, well, it gets punished in a nice way. Still, the money is pooled up for InControl, but it's not infinite. If they lose this round, they're going to be in a tough place.
Oh, look at the approach outside. That's Isaac getting real close. He's already down in Mini. Isaac's down in Mini. And even then, Arcade has the cross. 3 players now trying to go down to Squeaky. Arcade, that's big. Taking down Sluggy and now Crow. Trying to go past this dissipated smoke to try to take down Drew. But instead, Tatum gets that kill instead. Tatum trying to get that back onto Strider, but Strider with a 3K finishes off the round. InControl had it all. No one can make their way through Squeaky. Nobody can make their way through the outside area. InControl has control of all, and they have this game pretty much in their hands. Can they close it out?
The information game they've been playing has been stellar thus far. The fights for outside they've been taking, especially those positions towards Secret, has just looked good in their hands. Now they're just one step away. Heretics daycare on a lessened bye here to attempt to close on out. And Andrew again, he'll contest top Marshmallow. This position hasn't really been fought for. Instead, it's the T's just hunkered back for the moment. Now all the outside smokes bloom, and they look to push this.
Yeah, I was about to say, smoke's finally being expended, but that's it, right? Every single smoke has been used for this team thus far. So if they don't succeed in going outside now, where do they even go?
They're trying to maybe fake this out and then split it towards upper, but look, they have the information because, again, there's a push up here.
So
There's a push up here towards Secret. So the TTs are fully aware that nothing is actually happening, and that means no rotations have come through off of this. All those smokes basically gain them nothing but that one player in alert position towards Secret.
This is just common nuke play. Just try to cover up every spot on this map that's not, at the possibility of being taken, and that includes the entirety of our side. Sometimes back over in heaven. It's just good adjustment. Now in comes the actual battle. Cortomo over in mid. Taking down 2 and Mini, and the bomb is now down. Out goes 1 in terms of Drew, but Drew immediately gets traded. Heretic and Isaac, the last 2 remaining. Make it only Isaac, and make it only InControl, surviving in the server. And just like that, we have a map 3 in Winners Finals. Here we go. Overpass is live.
We're hopping straight on into things. Or excuse me, not the grand finals. We're not quite there yet.
Winners
But
finals, one step
someone's
away.
going there. Someone is getting their knife round underway. Gus, take it away. Let's hear it. I want to hear what you have to say about this knife round.
Finally, the standoff is over. The Wild West finally goes off, and the fastest knives in the West InControl ends up winning out the battle. So, yeah, I didn't really need to commentate there. It was just
I can't whistle, I'm going to admit. I don't know how.
no whistle.
Never been able to.
Your phone just went off.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. I have to check that. That's scary that you can just do the boop, 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 boop.
It's more of a Brazilian thing, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm going to Brazil, I'll just hear everyone whistling?
Honestly, it's whistling is a common thing. Very much common.
Is it because of all like the sports and stuff, or?
No, because we just like call each other like whistling all the time. We just whistle loud.
Is
That's
that
what
a
it is.
Brazilian thing then, or is this just everyone
No,
whistle?
I'm sure like other countries do it all the time, but like us more specifically.
I've never met someone who was born in America who whistled. Surely not. Surely
No,
that's
no
never
Americans
happened.
whistle. Surely not, folks. Getting into the third map Euro Winners Finals. It is $10,000 on the line at the very end of this tournament, but for one of these two teams, they could certainly get close to at least 5K of it. Heretics Daycare already starting off with most of their players back over towards that A side.
Smoke queued up here on the defensive side of things. A tuck in towards the barrel, slugging. Ooh, this might be false information. Is out
Oh,
they
no.
come. Isaac, he's up to the challenge. Finds himself a double off the rip. Heretics still holding close. This is call for a full reset from the tees. That bomb is not even committed just yet, and now it's down on the floor.
Oh, no. Yeah, B is starting to become a bit of a massacre for these T players, but Andrew could at least get one back. Strider. This is at least a semi-big move. It's going to at least account for potentially one frag out of the many. See if he can actually get one off of a flank.
They hear him, I think.
No, surely not. Surely not from that far away.
Well, now
No,
they know.
didn't. No, they didn't. But now they hear him. For sure. For sure. Strider going in. Finally into the middle of sight. Still has 3 players to try to deal with it, but the bomb is still very much back in the middle of tunnel. It's just tough. It's just 1v1s after 1v1s, and the fact that these CT players, they just keep running away. They're playing this in the most clinical fashion possible, and in the end, they end up leading it into a 2-man verticality crossfire InControl with a big W.
The high-low, it always works. And it is able to close out in that round. 1-0 start for INC is Heretics. I mean, I didn't hate the play there. Just a quick pop on out, but the spacing seemed a little off, right? You had your player towards water pushing as your team was already out monster, so it kind of created a bit of a disconnect where as soon as that bomb went down, there was no real opportunity for recovery as for the T's, the investment not great whatsoever. Tech-9's 1 scout, that's all they really have to work with on top of a few deegs, so should be around. It favors pretty heavily over towards the InControl side of things as standard little boost out here. I feel like everyone does that little boost these days where you kind of rock back and forth, and when you're crouching, your head doesn't show. When you're standing, your head should. Like, I want like overpass back when everyone was pulling out like a new creative boost every other day. Give me like an Olaf.
We have the
boost.
same like 3 boosts on this map now,
Give me
but like
the Andrew
we've
boost.
optimized. We've optimized this map as much as possible. I think. I don't think we need any more cross-map boosts, right?
I think I disagree.
I don't think we need it. Do we want it? Oh, hell yeah, we do. Oh, yes, we do. About a minute left into the rounds. Again, we've been having most of the T players picking and prodding back up towards the mid side. Druzera certainly heard a lot of that contact. But more importantly, not a single player is actually playing over towards a connector, nor even close to it. So they wouldn't even hear the rotation if it happens. So at this point, you just have the CT players here chilling, waiting up for the contact anyway. The CT around the corner are going to be able to get one. And no way, neither the MP9 nor the FAMAS close range able to do anything against the Tech-9. Oh, boy.
Oh boy, this
Oh,
one
boy.
gets down to business. Guns recovered, and they're starting to chip away in the damage department. Heretics have such a strong position. The jiggle with the pistols to reveal the information. It's just a save, I think so. Kid on Heretic. He has full armor with head armor as well. Head armor on Tatum is, it's gotta be a save. It's gotta be a save. That's such a heartbreaking call to make though. No damage whatsoever. 5 of your opponents survive. I wouldn't even hate to see these Deeks on the hunt. Look, there's someone already out towards the long. Oh, this spells disaster for Tatum. No, he's ready. Betters it. And now the gun should be secure unless the Hail Mary from Bathroom can work out.
Oh, kind of does. That's a big kill going back. I was about to say Famas down. Let's see if it can continue to stay down, but no, it won't. Strider.
Still, you lose a set of head armor there.
Oh, yeah, you lose a set of head armor. You lose a scout. I mean, you just lose something that your team could have used. And especially on Overpass, that scout is still very much important. And for this team who plans on force buying, oh, my word, yes, it's important.
It's going to be a big one. Reinvestment will come on through, as you said. Not too much to speak of. Heretics looking to take this one a bit cleaner than their opponents managed to, as the Deagle chip away over towards Fountain. But the space just being conceded. The chip damage, they don't know if it's been dealt or not. It hasn't, but they're content with the spacing that they created.
With the long rotation, you can already see the T's starting to utilize a bit more utility, but it's not exactly doing anything too strong in terms of an actual approach. This is taking away a lot of attention, though. With just about a minute left, you have the T's still just trying to get any sort of information. Back in water, things are quite volatile, to say the least.
Oh, yeah, they are. Drew, he should be able to at least get one. Oh, no, the slow peek, the crouch down. Movement just better there from Cameron. Now this bomb will come down. Post plant is secured. Retake with Deegs and a scout. Not what you want to see, but still, this player out towards Khan could get cut off. This is a weapon to be recovered, but not yet. Isaac will still talk.
Ooh, shots going back from that T side, and well, the CT hope was there for realistically just a quick second. It's already dead and gone. Tatum has had this FAMAS since that last round that we already remember. He's starting to at least try to save it up in this pretty awkward spot, but the off angle, of course, he's going to work out for at least one pick. Everything else is just going to have to come down to him. We could start to talk about, though, that approach from Heretics, because not exactly, like, too crazy in all honesty.
No, it's a pretty set and done play, right? Couple utility, quick execute out towards lower, leave one player as an anchor over towards the connector side after applying some pressure early up towards Fountains. I mean, it's just a default on this map where you call them around to take a quick hit out towards side. Nothing too wild whatsoever. Good protocols for the anti-eco. Make sure they're not, you just feel out if they're going to push, if they're going to get aggressive, you realize that their aggression is going to get waned. So close it on out. Now, throwing just USPs from Moss. Where have they positioned the big gun in this one? It's number 4. Just a full gamble down towards the safe side.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Mr. Number 4, Tatum. Spotlight on him for a good reason. He picks up the big one. It's FAMAS frag.
It wasn't even. It was a USP ad shot. It got stolen. Drew took it and grabbed the gun too. Ooh, look, they're going to re-clear the space down lower. This is perfect timing on the repush. Bomb's going to take a rotation. The only risk in this round now is Drew in water with that Mech 10.
Yeah, but with noise being made off of that utility back over on site, you can kind of assume that the CTs were already trying to make their way back anyways.
If the bomb goes water, surely he doesn't, right? Monster's already been cleared out.
Oh, Drew!
Okay, he's found it. He's found it. Now this should be around for the T's, but still, damage is being dealt, and 2 guns have been recovered. So a chance, but Strider has the information, holds a close angle. He should be at least good for 1 here.
Yeah, USP on the front line. Get that money, baby. Strider going to be able to get 1 and only 1. Sluggy trading back to FAMAS. Almost connecting for yet another frag. And Isaac going up quite late out of elevator, but that is actually, oh my God, that nade! Oh, that nade was perfect!
Slam
Arcade, he moves right into the perfect position for that nade to drop. Everything is storybook precision from Isaac. Now he just needs to close it out. 1v1, full HP. Oh no, Cameron's not gonna peek. The headshot connects. But there you go, Heretics take care. They ice out the scenario, and they are still able to win out the war 4 rounds in. And we could still look at good economy from this team.
But remember that investment. It was 1 FAMAS, 4 USPs, and they got it that close, down to a 1 versus 1.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, really well played round, right? You set the FAMAS up as the secondary, kind of the body of the spear, the tip being those USPs to puncture on through, use the FAMAS to clean on up. That's exactly what happened there. They recover a Mach 10 off of it, hold out towards water, and it almost worked, but the kind of reclaiming of space for Heretics. Declare just looked a tad bit better, as now the odds found themselves much more even, and Drew, oh, no one's going to expect him this close in party.
What's the approach
But
here?
he doesn't hear this. Oh, run boost towards long. He knows. He finds so much information for free. Shadow advantage.
But not Drew. Drew's going to be able to get the free one onto Crow. Again, that information comes in, but not enough. Strider comes in, though. Finally does get that trade, but at what cost? 22 HP now remaining on Strider. And for the rest of the T's, they don't exactly have a linear objective.
Monster Smoke will soon fade, and you already have someone working towards water. This should probably just be a split out towards A, but there's already 2 players established. And that Heaven player can be fast on the rotation. That's Tatum probably to join soon. They've already pushed up through bathroom. Oh, they have the info on this. If an early frag comes out, this is so winnable still. And they found the first. Isaac does have to trade back. Needs a little more. Can't get it. It's Andrew to pick off both.
Can he get more, though? There's one already in the back of sight, but hasn't been able to make his peek out yet. Good smoke in the middle of sight. Tatum just being safe off of it. Heretic, he's going to try to sandwich up with his teammate. Coming out from short water. Deep flash. That's the second only flash that they can use. Out goes the spray through the wall. Not going to be able to find the frag. Arcade in the back of sight. Gets Tatum. Just like that. Splitting open the Red Sea. They pick up the 2 1v1s, and they pick up the 2 frags. Heretics Daycare continue their way forward as they stomp all over InControl. They're going to make it a 5th.
I honestly just really like the way they're playing the mid-round right now for Heretics Daycare. It's been looking good for them. Apply a little pressure up top. Normally they're fine with losing players there because they always get water for free. And then they just pull these rotates, cut off through connector, and are able to claim this lower site. Something needs to change here for INC, but this round it's not really likely. Self-boost up for the scout.
This is what they've been doing for the last few rounds. And CTs, they finally do something to act up against it. The boost up right over water, shutting down Cameron on a mission that Cameron's been going for it for the last few rounds already. Out goes the Eagles, gonna be able to get 2 more kills. Sluggy picks up the AK and finishes up a 3rd frag for his own. How are we going through this again? There are players with no armor. There are players that came in with this into this round with no guns. And once again, Heretics Daycare, they're gonna have to deal with a 1vx with nothing but an op to deal with. Andrew. You can go back over towards long and look at the strewn bodies all throughout the server.
That he can. Andrew. 1 versus 4 here.
The jump peek.
Oh, he has the information. Oh, does he? I don't know if he even goes for this now. 1 versus 4, I think he just falls away.
Oh, I like this. Did that jump peek spot him too?
Not sure. I've also realized that we may have been gaslit a little bit because this HUD's not right. I've just realized my brain kind of just blindly trusted.
Oh my God.
I went quietly into the dark night.
Oh my God, we are so wrong. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it is, of course.
Oh my God, how do we? Wait.
Quiet. Nothing happens. No one has to know.
No one knows.
No one has to know.
No one
but
knows.
That's a bit of a lie. Heretics Daycare, they're on the defense. InControl, they're on the attack.
No one knows, right? Production, right?
I hope they know now.
Yeah, surely they don't know because clearly there's nothing to know about.
Ah.
Yeah.
Now we're just getting more convoluted. We're getting deeper and deeper down the spiral. Into the iceberg. Smoke off for the molly. Default fight out here is mid control taken. Cameron will try and spam away. Are they just holding this default? Probably a finish towards upper here. Notice the setup has changed. No one out towards long this time. They've previously been doing that self boost or putting someone just deeper fighting off the rocks. This time it's a double setup towards bathroom with Heretic on the op.
They're not playing Astralis with us either, so instead it's just going to have to be this first pick up of Heretic, and he's just going to get the hell out of Dodge. Gets that first. Who else is there to try to trade him? He doesn't even care. He's still holding on to that secondary angle. Zero coming up from behind all the way inside. Has that crossfire back over to work short, but instead, smoke goes up right in the front of bench, but with Divider covered up, with the danger in bathroom still very much there, this Heretic side don't really know how the hell InControl can actually make it through them.
Smoke queued up on the execute here, and it's only 2 on this site. Everyone else is a pretty far rotation away. The fastest to the scene should be Isaac. But Heretics still, that off in his hands can be so deadly. Does the utility smoke him off, or does he still have a line? Oh, he's got an angle.
Ooh.
Just a leg. Doesn't find the shot connected. Now he will. One goes down as the bomb gets planted. Heretic hunts for more.
Heretic!
It's the wall bang. Andrew goes down. Now that bomb, it's not getting planted anytime soon. Strider has no HP. He goes for it again.
Do it again.
Let's see it. Wall bang. Not quite. Hits the floor. But they're still fighting for this. Cameron has found one. They're taking this together out towards Bank. Heretic. Utility in hand. Can't quite find the adjustment. It looked crisp, but not enough. And now this is turned on its head. It's just Cameron. 1 versus 2. They're not aware, but he wins.
Cameron!
The 180. The turn. The end of the round. Sluggy able to clutch things up and bring back another for Heretics.
And the op is going to get picked up. Heretics, this lineup. They keep finding another person to try to rely on for some of these rounds. At one point, it was Heretic, back over to Tatum, back over to Sluggy, at one point to Isaac, to one point to Drew. All 5 of these players have had to step up at one point and another for an extended amount of time to try to take this team back. And, well, in this case, we do have the return of that Opera Heretic. Amazing little shots there, my dude. And now let's see if the rest of the team can just clean this up. They just want to maintain the rifles. The economy's still very much fragile. We could say that again and again, but the only thing that matters is how these pistols are going to be able to approach. Should be a 4-man separation back over towards the mid side.
Oh, Deagle shot's not quite going to connect. Strider pushes on through, but Drew, he's got that one down on lock. And he'll close it out just as strong. Cameron now left. 1 versus 5 that he will not be able to muster. Heretics Declare able to close things on out.
And a decent little round, but it's what we expect, right? And in we go. In this next one, we can at least try to see if anyone from Heretics is going to try to take that water control again or anything similar to it. Yes, they are. It's going to be a 4-man cross back over towards the A site. One person back over towards the A side towards B. So it is a bit of a cross, but not as much as you would expect. It is a massive amount of attention back over towards B. Cameron is making a lot of noise back in water. The CTs are thinking about a rotation, but they haven't even committed for it yet. So Cameron spraying away, back over in short, cannot hit the shot on Tatum. Out goes the rest of the team, back over towards Tunnel.
Isaac with the lineup gets 2. Strider and Andrew, what more can you pull off? They only have 1 piece of utility, and the hope is done.
It's over in this round, maybe. Still chance. Damage has been done. Not sure if it's confirmed, though. But Isaac has been knocked down that low. And the spacing isn't great either. Over through the connector. 1 man will ride. If he opens this door, he'll give away so much information. 1 back graffiti hears that. Knows all, see all. Rotates will start to come through. The utility will be popped. It's well timed. This split, oh, it just has to be an attempt at an execute. A desperate attempt at that. And now it's just Andrew. 1 versus 4. First face is in the pit. It's a chance, I suppose, and the player to his left is low, but it's a double swing adjustment there, but cannot find the head. So it'll be a lead claimed here for Heretics Daycare.
Gonna get a massive round, at least for this lineup. When it comes to at least the CT hold, you cannot get any easier than that. Split up that approach. Most of the players cannot go through in a linear 2-person fashion, 3-person fashion out of tunnels. Again, we're just seeing good, consistent play here on Overpass. It's nothing wild, nothing too crazy. CT players, they just have to hold down these angles once again. It's yet another round where it's going to have to be a bit of a mop-up, and indeed it is. Crow does get one back onto Isaac, but the job is done. Round goes back to Heretics Daycare, and now as we reach the double digits in terms of rounds, we do get the AWP back on that attacking side. Oh boy, Andrew, how can he pull this glass cannon up off on the T side?
What does he plan to do with it? I wonder if it's long control, maybe try and hit something out towards upper, fight for that long, because honestly, it hasn't been contested that much. There's been a few rounds where they do that self boost that we talked about earlier, but mostly it's kind of like that double bathroom hold with the off watching the off angle, but you still need to commit a lot of util for that. And if you hard hit that site, there's going to be rotation time. I still wouldn't hate to see it. Try and contest, try and get something done off of that position. It's not a bad shout, but options are there. Let Andrew be Andrew. He was having such a strong game in the latter half of that previous.
Yeah, I think his team would like him to be more disciplined. I would like to think, but
Fair.
let him go free, honestly. I mean, that's sometimes just
Maybe
the
it's what
X
they
factor
need.
that you get, man, and especially the amount of aggression that this guy has shown today. I mean, again, like you said, the tendencies are there.
It's hit or
Why
miss,
not?
but when he's hitting, oh boy, he's hitting.
This next round about to be hitting for potentially the boys of Heretics Daycare. Look at all these angles. Three players split out towards long. Oh no. Split towards long and found the shot and connector. Missed out. In comes
Sluggy! Sluggy! Loses out to Crotomo's Formula 1 swing. Oh my god! Just goes through, point blank, ends up getting the kill. Drew Zera. He can certainly still hold down Fountain, but at what cost? His teammate still goes down too. Heretic with a big shot back in connector. They still have to pay attention back over towards that long side. Two players have slipped through.
Oh, they slipped through, but there's a frag still there. Strider gets it. Drew Zera maybe biting off more than he can chew because now this man advantage is given away. But the information is good, right? They spotted at least two. Down towards that lobby, and Heretic, oh, the angle. 6 cents. Someone up above helped him out finding that information, but this off angle is good.
A one and done though?
I think he can get 2 out of it.
Maybe,
He needs it.
Maybe.
And he can buy time for the rotation of
And
his
he has them
teammate.
all, yeah.
Oh, he's pushing. This is such a dangerous game. He's just not ready.
no,
TK?
this is so-
TK?
Wait.
What?
Okay,
Chrono
that-
took down his teammate. I mean,
What
he got his. It's a 1 versus
Not
2
mine.
now. If the op can find an early frag, there's a good chance. Jumping. Not able to find it. Flash across. Going low. Heretic sweeping through. And the jump's there. Eludes the bullet. Strider finds the head. And the round, that'll get picked up for InControl.
Oh man. Yeah, you gotta feel bad for that last approach. So many missed shots.
And what more can you do?
Your teammate rushing out like that. Oh, I can't. I can't, especially with that spot back and long. I mean, you would like to assume that they were already making their way up A, essentially. Whatever, here we go. Op v op again. Heretic, this time with the AWP on that CT side. Andrew on the other side cannot do that self-boost. Back over towards long to try to get an off angle. And he's going to have to fight long, I think. There's 3 players back over towards Fountain, but we don't exactly know where they're going. For the CT side, they only have 1 person watching that area.
Crodo. Let's continue to encroach forward a little bit as Frag will actually get picked up. That was an attempt at a push out from Monster, maybe biting off more than should have been done. Cameron has the punish, but Heretic. This angle with the op 2 just on the other side. He finds the burst, needs to re-rack the weapon. Can't do it. Not enough time, no opportunity to get it done, but the trades come through. We stay at a 3 versus 3 here in the map control. It stays favoring these CTs.
Uh-oh. Keep talking about CT advantages, and Overpass is one of those maps that we like to consider it. Drew certainly take advantage of that angle that he had, but he peeks out a bit too late, and the shadow pops out. Sluggy gonna be able to get one. Can he make it a second off the Aug? Can he actually make it worth it? No, he won't. Cameron survives the battle and now leaves it in 2v1. Tatum, he only has 1 flash to use, and the 2 Ts, they have no post-plant utility. 0. But they do have the space, they do have the plant. They might not have the time though. Tatum does have a kick to try to use, but no smoke to cover it up. Clearing out the rest of sight. He's not going to be able to find anything. This is good. No initial contact for the T side whatsoever. They just kind of let it happen. They're just going to let him dance all over the site, think that he's not safe at all. And there you go. The more paranoid you get, the more flicky you get, and 6-6 is the way to go for Heretics Daycare.
These teams are so closely matched. A game that has been back and forth thus far. I expect to only continue. The money stays up for both of these squads. Now, Heretics to Daycare. Have another attempt with this op for Heretic himself. He's been good in some of these rounds. It's just, again, both him and Andrew have been inconsistent across the series, right? There's like the rounds, there's the halves where it's really hitting, and there are the rounds where it falls off. And this round, it doesn't seem like it's going to be hitting because it's not the right position. However, 3 CTs are ready. It's a double setup towards
What is
water,
that?
but the op is great. Andrew finds his. Tatum not able to trade. Instead, it's just a molly as the T's reset.
Yeah, that approach sure was bound to go wrong, wasn't it? But in a crossfire, you could certainly tell that it could go right, but just knowing this team's luck, no setup like that is bound to work. In terms of actual utility, though, we haven't seen too much utilization from InControl whatsoever. And again, that is so good for this team. They're not moving up. They're not moving at all. They're not moving at all. They've just stayed outside mid the entire time. They've stayed back towards connector this entire time. They've stayed back main this entire time. It's just good, safe action, forcing these already economy-starved CT players to utilize their very crucial utility.
Crucial util indeed. As the pivot is here, down towards the A site. Flashes go over it. It's a hellstorm. As one man seeks a respite in this pit. That's Tatum. How much can he get out despite Molly's left and right? He's found his gap, or at least that's what he thinks. Not so much. Strider takes care of a double. The site is now open for business. An op on the retake and limited utility for the remaining rifle. Do you even go for this? Do you even want to commit this? Probably not.
No, they're
Fall
not.
away. Save it away.
Yeah, there's still going to be a couple rounds left in the half. I would like to think that they could still bite up the op for that last round. But saving is a great option. It's an incredible option for a team that's going to have basically nothing going into the next round. At least having some sort of pure rifle, I would like to think helps. So here we go. 7-6 is going to be our score line going forward. We can go back to the take a little bit, but there, again, there's not much to really talk about. It was that one entry that ended up coming down, and then Strider finally coming alive.
But again, it's not like it's like hits right off the rip, right? They're not just like full executing sites. They're putting pressure elsewhere. I mean, it's just a default into these lower hits, and it's been working round after round because they've conditioned InControl to, or excuse me, they've conditioned Heretics Daycare to think that there is a threat towards upper, towards bathroom, because there has been rounds where InControl has hit off of that and found a lot of impact. So they throw that initial fight, reset towards lower. I mean, it's basic stuff for overpass, but it's working well for them thus far.
And that's all you really need to put in perspective, right? The optimal way to play a map is just sometimes the most optimal way to play, period, right?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Being specific to the map. Who would have thought that that would be good? Tatum sucks. But Cade popped out and already had a bullet in him. Cameron's going to be able to get 2 out of this. Heretic finally with a shot over towards that back area. And again, still has that AWP to try to work with, but his teammate, Drew Zera, is actually going to face on the rest of these picks because Heretic, alone on the other side of the map, has to rely on Drew. Drew waiting up for noise. Finally, out comes a bit of utility. Molly hitting over, and Strider already had the angle back into bank. Drew goes down in a heap. Heretic with 2.6K has to save up this
game
AWP.
time, baby.
And baby, oh my, it's game time.
I don't know if you love to say it. I almost said that. You see it.
No, you don't love to see it.
You see it.
No, you see it. You don't love to see it.
You love to see James get punished, which he's about to. Knife out. It's over. Op goes down.
Harsh.
Round slips away. InControl. I mean, this is T-side overpass, and they are pulling a commanding lead. This time a hit towards upper. That was just pretty cut and dry on that one. And then the op rotates off. The plan all along was to keep that op safe. You put the rifle at risk. You're fine with sacrificing that on the retake as long as that op stays up. Op did not stay up. At least there's a gift that it doesn't fall after time or anything funky, but still.
Yeah, InControl, they already had an op before that. And again, like I said before, they already had more than enough cash to actually go for it. If anything, they were trying to hold on to it for more utility and more armor for the rest of their teammates. Instead, we're going to have Heretic pushing out that lone AWP back over towards the long area. And this is potentially the first time that we're even going to see action in long. Heretic waiting up for a bomb's going to be able to find one. No! Yes, he finds one, but he doesn't actually get the kill. Out goes a flash right above him. Over in playground, his opponent once again walks away scot-free.
Oh no, those are some big shots. Those are the missed shots that change the tide, because now they've noticed that there's a heavy presence out here towards long. They've committed the op to that fight, and they're just going to re-rotate down towards lower. The second this smoke fades on Monster, it'll just be a pop on through. But 3 players are here, and that op is close on a rotate if necessary.
Gets one. Tatum with a spray through the smoke. Getting both Cameron and Crotomo, and there you go. That's quite the equalizer. And a little bit more so because, again, he ended up getting 2 out of that. Man advantage back for his team. And we could start to kind of close in a little bit on utility for both of these teams. You're seeing quite the lack of it for that CT side. Drew sitting up on 1 flash. In goes the dry approach back over towards site, though. Not any utility being used for this player to even go on. And Drew hears the elephant feed going by and gets the kill easily. Andrew, Strider making their way quietly into the middle of the B site. Now making a single pinch of sound finally into the middle of site. Looking to plant down that bomb. There's one person sitting up in water. Molly going into the back of site. Tatum wins out his battle, and that should just be it for the round. And Andrew trying to plant, and the knife goes into the back. Tatum finishes it off, and that's going to be 7-8 on the half.
Heretics pull things back at the last moment. They finally are able to win out in a re-rotate mid-round. The momentum that was being built up there looked scary for a moment if you are a fan of that Heretics squad, but they bring a little bit back right at the tail end and look to come back stronger in this half. Anyone's game here, folks. A winner here, they get a slot into the grand finals, guaranteed. They don't have to trudge through tomorrow. They just get straight on into a BO5 with a map advantage, a tasty prospect for any Counter-Strike player. And both these teams, they're fighting damn hard to get there. There'll be a quicker hit out towards lower here. 4 players towards Monster, 1 working towards Con.
Yeah, it's going to be
water
that full
instead.
approach back over towards water, and they've already backed on the hell out. Okay, interesting. Here we actually go. Both of the players coming out over towards Monster. It's going to be the first kill back for Drew, and it's all a cleanup. Isaac's going to be able to get 2. Cameron, he's traded out immediately. Andrew is done pretty much. He's back over in Connector. He gets flanked, but he's actually still alive. 67 HP left on the man. Drew's arrow was 70, tapping away. Making that even worse. 45 HP left on Andrew. This is, again, this is at his wits. This is going to be an 8-8.
Andrew. Oh, the spots went on the jump peak, but his chances in this round are 0.
Unlike his bullets, which he has 2 of.
Good assessment.
Thank you.
He's going for a knife. He's going for a funny. Come on. Come on.
Oh, Drew was thinking about it too.
Go back.
He sat in the
Go
corner.
back.
He pulled out his knife.
I want to see some Drew on Drew knife action.
Oh my God.
Truly disappointing. I'm gonna here 1 second, guys. I'm
That
gonna go
is
get up
truly
on stage
disappointing.
and yell at him.
Truly disappointing.
Don't make no. I won't let that one slide. Truly disappointing. Yep.
Yep, Drew.
Yep, Drew. All right, here we go again. Buy-in for both sides, much stronger for Heretics off their round win. It's a pretty feeble purchase, all things considered, for InControl, but we know these deagles can hit. There's some good util behind him and a scout up for Andrew.
It's going to be his pistol teammates to try to take this on. First contact, at least back and short, is going to be that CZ in the hands of Arcade, and we've seen some good damage off of the CZ already, off of these wide swings. Let's see if we can see a bit more, though. I love the spot from Strider. He do be vibing, though. He do be floating, ascending even. Standing on basically nothing but that ramp, but again, that's just, that's intended. That's intended. That's the thing you can do. But the crossfire is actually really good. You would never anticipate 2 people to be in that corner. And more importantly, these T players, they don't really have a lot of time to even make their way out inside. Here we go. It's going to be one Strider sitting up in the corner for Tomo. It's like they don't even care that there was already a contact in that right corner. They still cleared it out anyways. Andrew going to be able to get 1 pick. He actually still got the kill off of that. Nice headshot. Not a headshot, sorry. Wall bang. Otherwise 3v1. This one should be on.
Andrew can aim for some damage in this round, but hopes aren't too high of that. Heretics Daycare looking good on these faster executes down towards lower. As once we hop on into the actual rifles this game, I'm interested to see how this setup looks for InControl, because previously back on Nuke, they were pretty feisty outside. Like, they were a fan of taking those duels, trying to get the op there. They positioned Drew out there pretty often. I'm wondering if we're going to see a similar defense out towards long on this map. I don't know, because I've never gotten to watch tape of these guys on this map. So a lot is up in the air still.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we finally do get the rifles back in these players' hands, but that will only be in the round after. But no, you're right. It will be actually kind of interesting to see if they even plan on having contact over towards that area, because again, them as a concept, them as a team, they did target that area a fair few times, more than most teams actually in NA.
Yeah, for Heretics, when they were playing their CT side, it was a lot more focused on that lower control, which is really just an adaptation. But here we go, Andrew going for a shot. I think it attempted a nade stack there. Doesn't really find too much damage off the utilities. The spray with the USP, not gonna find anything. The trades heavily favor at least one side. That's the side of
Someone's happy about that.
Tees. Yep. Aw, not quite. I was hoping for something out of that. Zeus does not find any impact. However, damage has been done and a bait in towards the scout, basically an op against at least some of these players. And it doesn't matter when you find the head. All right, Andrew takes through straight out of the server.
More.
But the trade is there onto his teammate. Now it's just a one-man, one mission. That's victory. That's the bomb out towards Long. He's able to isolate it. It's huge, but he won't be given the chance. Still, look at the health bars. Everyone was on 1 HP there. There's a world where he wins that.
There is a world where he wins that.
Not
There's
this
a world
world.
where, I don't know, I'll bring a girlfriend or something home, something like that. I don't know. There's also a world where that happens, Mimi.
I don't think that's a world.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's
probably
no
the same
world where that
he
happens.
wins that.
There's no world where this
This
happens.
is so sad. Can we get press 1 in the chat if you feel bad for Gus?
Don't feel bad.
Spam away here. Strider
I love
somehow
CS:GO.
still alive.
No, still alive with 5 HP. Towards that. I want to say left side now at this point. He hasn't even attempted that cross back. So instead, we're just going to have to see the attention to detail for the CT side, because they have no players back over towards water, no contact deep into long, no contact deeper back in fountain, no contact in connector. Lots of big spots that at least these players, they're just focusing on back choke points. They're just focusing back on their sights, allowing these Heretic players to just play a little bit of their space. And this is where Heretic thrive. They're just looking for the one-offs too. Both teams just hunting, sharking, fishing for those picks, but none of them's happening.
No fish to be grabbed just yet. It's a double setup over towards the divider. That's not going to be tested out towards lower, though. It's another strong setup, right? Contact off his Strider, and then a player in the close corner. Here's the activation. There's the kill, but the trades are still not the best. With the CTs is out from water. Comes a bit more success, but now it's been cut down to just one man. Heretic, the man of the hour. Can he get it done off in hand? And a bomb in possession.
Oh, we've seen a couple whiffs now from Heretic, and he wants to make up for that for sure, but this one just has to be it. Heretic has to stick the plant, but Arcade has the angle closed down on him. 10-9, going back towards the team of Heretics Daycare once again, but we are going to get a bite back from that CT side. Again, with an op in hand for Andrew, surely the other side of the map can continue to stay dangerous. But Arcade, that's a massive round.
It's a big one to be found. And now as we start to look on forward, that was somewhat of a bonus round for Heretics. InControl had the stronger buy heading on in. Now Heretics are able to reply with a strong buy of their own. I don't hate that they're not bringing out the T-side op right now, that they're not strongly reinvesting into that. Because they could have gone glass cannon, which we've seen them make that gamble before, but I don't think it was the right call. Sticking with the better utility, better weapons, better ingredients. That's what we want to see is smokes will come on through. What?
Nice,
Shut
nice
up.
Arcade, nice Arcade. Picking that up off the boost.
Better pizza even.
Better boosts, better spots, better pizza. No, surely not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. Surely not.
4 versus 5 here for the T's. They'll work their way on over towards this lower site, but 3 CTs already posted. Close outside water. He's trying to fade the smoke. He can't do that against Strider because the spray's just a little bit better. Crota gets one of his own. That's going to be all she wrote for all but Sluggy. We might have more to this story. Past the Molly, he'll run, and in the Molly, he'll burn. 10-10, we tie even.
Yeah, so much about that just sucked. Random shot through the smoke ends up connecting. It was the first bullet that ended up coming out of it. Tatum He ends up getting caught down with his pants down too, even though he ended up getting that first kill back. There, man, that end of the round just sucked for Heretics. But more importantly, that was just good pacing control from InControl. A lot of the players, they were already very much around site, very much just monitoring the scenario. Good usage of that utility. Nothing more you can really say about it. It's going to be the pistols back for the players of Heretics Daycare going up that connector side. If I'm not mistaken, there's at least 2 players around that area, and there's at least one that's going to be able to get quite a few frags.
Oh, great flash.
Around the corner, going to be able to get 1. And he actually makes it 2, even while full flashed off that first kill. Doesn't really matter. Heretics, the last one remaining in a 1v5, going to be able to make it a 1v4 off the long range 250, but he's finally dead 10 to 11.
Noise has come back out on the stage. They're getting back into it. InControl do well to just contest there pretty aggressively, take the duels out towards Fountain, fast rotate. You want to farm up those ecos, and that's exactly what they do. Now, we're back into the good stuff. Rifle versus rifle. And change the position. This one looks like it might be a little quicker. Down towards that lower A bomb site. All 5 of these T's posted on up. They'll take control out towards water pretty early on as soon as those flames do fade. But they haven't put a lot into con. Right, early on they were always positioning a player con, but this time they haven't contested. Instead, they're just headed their way straight in.
Oh my god, Heretic, yeah, just heading on. There's going to be 2 players back over towards Barrels. Arcade with a double kill. Cortoma is still here to try to help through. And this is just a shutdown for the InControl side. Oh my gosh. Tatum, a 1v3. As he looks at the field of bodies in front of him, all his teammates. There's an Op looking for his body, and there's a Tatum looking for a plant. Can't exactly find a spot to do so. He smokes off short. In goes the flank back over towards tunnel main, but Tatum actually peeking out back over towards the smoke. Now goes the Op. Tatum watching behind and can't get the kill. Strider gets it anyways. My oh my, InControl. Things could certainly just get better for them from here on out.
Better they are getting. 12-10 now the scoreline favoring them. And I mean, to be honest with Heretics, I don't love the pace with which they're sending it. Like, it's been 2 rounds now, or 3 now, that we've just seen these really hard hits that have found no real success. Early on when they were playing a bit more default, letting their individuals loose, letting Heretic try and farm on his own, take these duels, shut down the WC, or that bathroom presence that InControl has been pushing. That's when we were working. Now things are starting to fall apart a little bit more. The money isn't stellar. And it looks like this one is just going to be a save. 13 all but confirmed for InControl, unless this hero rifle can get something funky done.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's Deeks and a hero rifle. You can never count it out.
No, and we have yet to count out any sort of secondary buy here on the Fragadelphia stream because we've had way too many of those actually work.
Yep. When ACS and losing ecos, that would never happen.
No, never happen. Spit cereal after the eco eventually happens. InControl. They do at least want to maintain a bit more bodies back over towards Fountain, because look at this. 4 players trying to come out. Andrew with an easy frag right alone, but Sluggy actually capitalizing on Strider around the corner over in long. So that's at least going to be an M4A1S back for the team. They still have the AK picked up on Tatum. Tatum going out. He still has 68 HP to try to go, but Cameron has the cross.
Cross indeed. And out towards long, Andrew posts. Up in his hands. He's got the angle. Oh, no.
Weird.
All over the floor. It's falling apart. Andrew's up. Now he has to re-rotate back towards bathrooms, and he just jumps across. He's alive.
What?
Somehow, Cameron
Just
there to support.
away.
This is ridiculous that he gets away with that.
He doesn't care about any of the crossfires.
Oh, they're re-pushing this. Straight through the smoke. Shadow advantage given. That's a mistake.
Sure is. Sure is. This team had so many opportunities, I would like to think, to try to take away some of these rifles, to try to make it worth it against this economy, but it's not going to happen. InControl, they're going to continue to build up on what is an already booming bank. But this is pretty much it for Heretics Daycare. They lose out on this round, and they have to face up against Match Point.
Match point indeed secured here in just a moment, if this round does not come through. Stress levels maybe starting to get a little higher for Heretics. That lower bracket does not sound appealing. They've had to fight away from it right here, right now. A slower round. This is what we wanted. Cut that pace. Slow the tempo. Take your time. You have strong individuals. Let them do their thing. Let them frag.
Let them frag. Let them free. Let them off the leash. Especially Andrew. Let me see more of them frags, baby. He's been getting more and more aggressive. They have been letting him off his leash a little bit. But you can see them just monitoring the situation. Come back. Come back. Come back. So I guess we'll just wait up then and see if any of these peaks actually go down, because over towards long, you do have Sluggy actually approaching, but you have that contact back over towards the site to try to get 1 minute left. Where is this team going?
I think they finished towards upper, but they don't have much presence. Maybe try and throw some fake util lower off of Drew, or just leave him on a lurk. Options are here, but this long control's big. No one is directly contesting it, and there's an op, but it's not in the right spot. It's lower. It's over towards water.
In goes the flash out from the long side. Tatum gonna go out, gonna be not able to get one. In fact, it's an easy one for Crow, and now 3 players remain
There's
here
no way they expect him
in
here.
the middle of A site, and surely, right, Arcade's gonna be able to get one. And that's the one and done. Shirley is not done. Arcade gets 2 in his favor, and he backs up towards site. Drew and Heretic have nowhere else to go. 10 seconds left.
It's over.
It's now or never. It's over. It's over. The saved up AWP for the attacking side. And just like that, InControl, they have it all.
14-10. The op is the only thing that's going to bring into this next round. There's money around it. I think they'll be able to invest, but it's going to be a force. It's going to be scrappy. I liked the slow round, right? I feel like we had a strong start, that control out towards long, but they never really capitalized off of that one off angle that Arcade was able to hold on to. Almost single-handedly won him that round. Brought things back into control. And now this one is nearing the end.
I did say earlier that we wouldn't see a buy from Heretics this round, but indeed they forced out, so let me bite my tongue on that. Op still out for Heretic.
But that means if they lose this one, their buy
It just
going up
becomes
against match point will be
way
terrible.
freaking worse.
Probably SMGs, Galil's maybe, an AK if you can force it. It won't be great,
Oh
but that's
my
the way to
God.
start it off. A Tech 9 kill, recovered for Andrew
A Tech 9 kill off of a flank, mind you.
as a
Flank
CT.
back in playground.
A gift his opponents gave him, used against them.
Unreal. So now the CTs, they do have the right setup. 3 players back over towards the B site. They have 2 players in short to try to deal with that molly. Perfect in getting information. Perfect in spreading out the danger from the 2 players sitting up in that spot. And Tatum, who was just sitting up in that one short position next to sandbags, he runs back to tunnels and he immediately gets shot. Out goes the mid-side take. Andrew covering up the connector. Oh, the connector cross. Nobody's actually trying to chase him. Instead, they're going directly into the site.
Straight in they go, but look at the timing on this. They're going to get beaten here. CT's already on both sides. They're pinched in on this site. One back. It's Andrew out towards long. He spots the barrel, has
That's
the shot.
it!
His teammates close it out. InControl, they found match point, series point. They're looking to head to the grand finals. They are 1 round away, and look at the money. 3,400, 37.
1,600.
This is not good.
freaking dollars on land.
It's wild.
We saw a game earlier. It was 14-14, and we still saw some players from InControl with over 10K. That is salt on the wounds for sure. And if there was ever a way for you to try to describe how deep of a hole Heretics are in, just look at that cash. Out goes the rest of the T's. Back over towards Fountain. There's at least 4 of them. They're not going to take on any contestation early on.
Push forward and a fallback. Information gain there for Cameron. And just right next to him, the scope will come up and down for Andrew.
Okay, strong rotation going in now for the terrorist side. Everyone has left the A side of the server. So back over towards B we go. Crow is now currently playing a first contact, an anti-flash. Now back with Strider. Strider, he gets this first pick, and immediately stuff is about to hit the fan. Smoke is up on that front side. Strider waiting up. He drops down the molly to his teammate. That's perfect. That's perfect. I was about to say they need the molly for that tunnel, and Strider would have to use it himself. Strider, he just needs a deep contact, gotta be able to get one. There goes the molly up close. Crotomo just delaying time, 30 seconds left. More players back over towards tunnels. All 3 players back over towards tunnels. Yet to go through. Out goes the flash. Spray from Crotomo is so good. And out goes Arcade to close the book on the winner's bracket. In control of a grand final spot.
That they are.